Oh, so you're not just gonna like walk in and shoot them all?
Oh no, it's gonna be an incredibly intricately planned operation. No.
Yeah, otherwise you will die, because 4 people can't take on 400.
Yeah, the way Shadowrun combat works is if you get hit, you're kind of in trouble because pretty much throughout the entire campaign, you're never gonna get more than about 12 hit points, and most guns will do about 12 damage.
Okay. So you're very fragile and you have to think tactically to solve problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Unless you build your character to just be the kind that can wade, through assault rifle fire, like a troll in a fucking armor jacket or some shit. Yeah, you're gonna have to build your strategy around not being directly shot at very much.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
In D&D, basically, at first level, you have to fight 8 goblins and then take a rest, and at second level, you have to fight 8 ogres and take a rest, and so on and so forth. And you get all your hit points back, hooray, fucking 8 hours later, they get the leg that was practically bitten off by a shark, I'm good to go again. That certainly doesn't happen in Shadowrun. It's much more like a 1980s movie. It was made in the 80s. And so it's much more like or even a Michael Bay movie, a modern action flick, Sharknado maybe. Anyway, it's much more like that in that the individual heroes aren't as powerful as the mecha Hitler that they have to take on. They're not as powerful as the fucking Tyrannosaurus that's just broken out of Jurassic Park. They are a lot more competent than the average first level player character in D&D because you're already a professional. You're already one of the best at whatever it is that you do. If you play a mage, you're one of 1% of 1%. Only 1% of people have magic in Shadowrun, and only 1% of those have any useful magic. So if you're a decent mage from the outset, you're 1 in 10,000 right from the get-go. Which is a good reason to put a fucking bullet in your head, because, you're dangerous. Yeah, but it'll only take 1 bullet, and that's the end, forever.
A starting character in Shadowrun can have there's one spell that if you successfully cast it on someone, you could essentially permanently enslave them for as long as you want.
Wow.
Just full-on mind domination for as long as you concentrate on the spell, essentially. Yeah. It's fucking brutal.
How viable would a melee build be in Shadowrun?
Essential.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Obviously they're not super ideal in a world with assault rifles and shit. But if you know what you're doing, if it's correctly built, it's entirely doable. And they're pretty.
Think of the characters from Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2 or something like that, right? That's what a melee character is in Shadowrun. A hella ninja or an unstoppable fucking force of nature. That's what a melee character is.
Yeah, you can build a guy whose strategy is just basically being permanently invisible anytime he goes into combat, like the fucking Predator. You just can't see his ass. Or just a troll who can just take someone shooting an assault rifle in his face and shrug it off 90% of the time.
I was gonna say
and carries a two-handed combat axe with cybernetic enhancements and all this shit.
And he's fighting against mall cops.
Yeah. Just walking up and cutting a civilian car in half with one swing. Shadowrun is by far my favorite game system.
Just because of what the rules allow.
Yeah, just about any concept you can think of, there's some way you can do it with Shadowrun.
Yeah. Whereas D&D is limited very strictly by its classes. Theoretically, you could play every class in D&D, and then you'd kind of have nothing to do, right? There'd be nothing original under the sun except for what your DM can cop for you. But with Shadowrun, there is always 1,001 ways to skin a cat. Like the fucking gas grenade in the pizza box is a very good example. Because
Yeah, I mean, that entire job, like we carried off like a full-on extraction without ever actually setting foot in the like target area. You know, like we just gassed the fucking compound, started shooting at him from across the street, and sent in 2 spirits to pick him up and like carry him off. You know, none of us ever even went there technically.
Lord.
yeah, the ambulance come and picked up his wife and kids because we only kidnapped the guy. But the ambulance come and picked up his wife and kids. They then delivered it to the hospital. But we're working for the government. The government controls the hospital. So effectively, we accidentally kidnapped his wife and kids as well.
Yeah, we
Suffering
used
from
that to like threaten him, interrogate him, and shit. Yeah, it was great. And now we flipped him to our side.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good.
If I were to join halfway through, though, I don't even know where I'd begin. I haven't even read the basic rules.
It's like if you build something simple, it's easy to pick up.
Like I said, just think of any action movie you've ever seen in your life, and you can most likely make that character. Like, if you wanted to make Optimus
Yeah.
Prime, technically you could do it.
90%.
Hey guys, I want to play I want to play a truck that can transform into a mech suit.
Yeah, like you'd need the supplement rules, but I reckon you could sort of do it.
Rigor 5.0. There is a vehicle mod that lets you turn it into a walker.
Oh,
So it's the opposite. Isn't that exactly what I was saying about that guy with the Uzis and the fucking possessed
Yeah.
motorbike?
There's
There
a rule
is
for
a rule.
There's rules for that. There's rules for that. Like if you
That's
want
awesome.
to get like you want to
They
put a
must have had-
machine gun in any part of your body. There's rules for that.
They must have had some really creative, they must have had a very creative balance team. What?
Oh,
What could we
it's
possibly
not
get up
balanced.
to?
It's the system's
No.
biggest
Hold on.
failing. It's just not
Maybe-
balanced.
Because there's like 100 or
Fair
200
enough.
different riders, right? Like they
okay,
subcontract absolutely everything. They only have a very small stable of real riders, and virtually all the supplement books are created by half a dozen different guys who are only half communicating with each other. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess
there's a really famous there's a really famous gaffe in the latest edition of books where just like in the middle of some random fluff paragraph, the writer just stops giving a fuck and is like, Argle, Bargle, Foo Ra, Hiddity Ho, no one knows. And just continues on with what he was writing. But he's like, okay, the Shadowrun writers have stopped giving a fuck.
So I guess you have to treat the supplement books a bit like UA, in the sense that you have to take them with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
You guys
kind
hear me?
of. Like, yeah, can hear you fine. Sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, the supplement books are really like, you got to be careful with them sometimes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a character concept that might work. I was thinking if there's healing magic in Shadowrun, which I assume there would be, some sort of celebrity doctor.
Like a faith healer.
Yeah, kind of, and they don't actually
Yeah, that's
heal, they actually heal.
Yeah, well, you could be a Christian theurge who is a Christian who believes his magic comes from God. And yeah, that's absolutely that's a real thing in Shadowrun, are legitimate Christian faith healers. So yeah, that's 1000% a completely in-universe character concept.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So we're all here. Where do we begin?
From memory, we were talking to someone about going down a secret passage to deal with something that escapes my mind currently.
I think
We
we were
were
pressing
we
our
were just
advantage
about
into
to move on
go
the
back
mind
into
flayer.
Xanathar's, I think. Yeah.
And we ended the session like, hey, let's call it here so that next session we can start right in with basically rolling initiative.
Yeah. We had spoken, I think, to a Gith, but couldn't wait. And then decided, I think, because we had dealt with the Neothalid, I think it's called.
Yeah,
We killed that.
yeah.
Killed that, dropped the mind flayer, and we're like, right, okay, we could press the advantage, and I think that's where we had left off.
So I assume that you spoke to Quietude, the tiefling.
That's right,
Is that
yeah.
right? Yeah, because I see that you're coming in from
She's got the passage in the library, right? It's like a secret way.
Precisely. Yeah, that's exactly right. Right. Well, I shall Mara and Vapirion. Leave the 6 of us. Alright, so yeah, so in case there's anything that you have forgotten or need to think about or anything, Quietude is a librarian. She is deeply loyal to the Xanathar. She knows that you killed the Xanathar, and while I wouldn't exactly consider that to be water under the bridge, she does think it's par for the course. You know, when you're a truly professional criminal, you accept the fact that people go to jail, people get murdered, innocent people get hurt. You know, it's a bit like being a samurai in that you're already dead. You're just the walking dead. Sooner or later, death will catch up with you, vengeance will catch up with you, and so you just live your life by a strange code because it's already too late for you. And that's the attitude that the Quietude has. Anyway, she's a librarian. She's got countless tomes, many of them rare, at her back. She must have one of the most extensive libraries, perhaps in the world, since it rivals the whole bunch of libraries up there above in Waterdeep. It's, I'm not going to even pretend that it's a fraction on Candlekeep or something like that. It's not even, this is a personal collection. So maybe it's more accurate to say she has one of the most extensive personal libraries in the world. So if there's anything that you want to know from her, there's a good chance that she might be able to share it with you, depending on how disdainful she is feeling.
What might we ask of a librarian down here? We think of any law that might be helpful before we proceed. Does she have anything on Nihil law?
Well, not in the text form, but she knows a bit about him.
Yeah, okay, humour me. Yeah, what do you know?
She brings out a document that you already have, called the Chain of Command. And let's just have a look at that information briefly. Player handouts, notes, Chain of Command. She makes reference to the fact that Neolor can be found here on the list of who's who, the who's who of Dragonspear Castle. She has a copy of the map of the Banalar Empire, much like you do, and so she's pretty well informed. And about halfway down there through the chain of overlords, you'll see that Lord Physician Professor Nihilor shall speak for Chichital and champion the metaphysical scientists. she explains that Chichital is a mind flayer colony deep in the Underdark, almost directly beneath Waterdeep, but about 50 kilometers down. And she doesn't know the long and the short of it, but she does know that Chichital suffered a tremendous upheaval, either before the spell plague or during it. Again, she doesn't know. But there was some great, effectively a civil war among the Mind Flayers. She doesn't know who won, but Nihilor is Nihilor is essentially one of the agents sent from that great big city beneath the earth. That fills her with no joy whatsoever, because the concept that a Mind Flayer city exists is bad enough, but the fact that they've got designs on Waterdeep and on Undermountain and therefore on Skullport only fills her with all the more trepidation. Naturally, the Mind Flayers of Chichitil are going to have an interest in Waterdeep. They're directly beneath it. Waterdeep's going to be like an irresistible jewel, a cake that they can't say no to. But the fact that they aren't working alone, the fact that Nihilor is essentially just one cog within the Banalar machine, she's only a small-time or a mid-level criminal, or one of the indispensable members of the Sanathana Guild is what she was. Sanathana Guild are bumbling fools compared to this Dragon Spear conspiracy. And it's one thing to be afraid of being hung by the authorities, being caught by the hidden lords of Waterdeep, and it's another thing entirely to have to face an organisation where Chichitil is just one cog in a greater machine.
Yeah, okay. I feel like all of our problems related to these Mind Flayers will take us down to that colony. For sure.
50 kilometers beneath the earth, that's a long way.
It is.
Like, Undermountain itself is probably no more than 2 or 3 k's deep, even if it's very deep.
How familiar is Quietude with Undermountain?
Relatively, she tells you that the person who really knows the place is Tass. I can't remember if you've met with her or not. An ancient archmage that lives here in Skullport.
Yeah, okay. Does she have any information in this library about the portals that we might be able to use?
Nothing that would be useful, because everything that she has predates the spell plague, and
Okay.
the things changed so much in the spell plague that Frostrune, Priamon Frostrune Rayesk was able to trap Halasta within his own portal network.
Yeah, okay.
So if Halasta doesn't know his portals, then she has no choice.
Yeah, sure, of course. Alright, cool. What about the specific layers of Undermountain? The Sea Deeps in particular?
She knows that Sea Deeps is a locale where the Mind Flayers have set themselves. They have some kind of arcane scientific experiments going on there of an absolutely mind-bogglingly phenomenal nature. She would love to look at it with her own eyes. She kind of feels that the technologies in Sea Deeps could send the entire Sword Coast centuries ahead in terms of technological development. Cloning and the generation of electricity, anything like that. It's super science. Out of character, it's effectively beyond what we have in the 21st century. This is 22nd century technologies these guys are using, Yeah, but then again, it's also only one layer of Undermountain, and mind flayers, they do bleed, and so violence solves all problems in the end. She mentions the fact that there are Githyanki, engaged in a Rakma within Undermountain, determined to destroy Sea Deeps, but she doesn't expect them to succeed.
I think I've satisfied my questions. Does anybody else have any questions for this librarian?
No.
Not that I can think of.
Hmm.
Right. Then she asks again, now what am I getting out of this deal?
Well, you mentioned you were concerned for the eventual safety of Skullport, right?
Yes, and it seems foolish for me to put my head above water where it can be chopped off. Wouldn't I be wiser to just stay out of it and try to avoid the attention of the mind flayers?
Of course. I mean, we don't expect you to join us or come with us.
But you want to use my entrance into the Xanathar now.
That's right.
And what do I get out of it?
What do you want?
She looks around her rooms and alcoves. Perhaps you have something that I don't. A rare tome?
I have something you might be interested in. Although I can't remember where we put it. We had an awfully big book called The History of the Malayan Dwarves, though I can't remember where that's gone. Otherwise, I have an entire Arcana Loft library at my disposal. I'll show her the bag of holding. Either of those sound okay?
Yeah, that would be adequate.
I thought so. Well, yes, you can hang on to this then, while we use this passageway. I'll leave the bag of holding on the table or a desk or something.
Clark,
Peruse at your leisure. It's a
I,
good raid.
at this point, I quite hope that you don't come back.
Sarge chuckles. Does this mean we have permission to use your passageway then?
She shows you the book, which you've got to pull. Secret Passages at Undermountain. And you pull the book, it opens up a secret passage at Undermountain. And after a series of stairs and winding staircases and long corridors, you begin to get the stench of death. The foul smell of carrion, the old smell of sweat and mildew, and you find yourself inside a long tunnel where ancient, or maybe ancient's the wrong word, but very old and faded symbols of the Xanathar that a circle with rays coming off it like the sun, 10 rays. Long faded. Some of them are carved into the wall, others are old purple chalk that is barely noticeable except to the sharpest of eyes. And yet this place is quiet, silent. You hear none of the cheering and roaring of the crowd that you heard last time. You hear none of the bellowing or no arcane sounds, no screeches from preternatural monsters, no beating of dragon wings or anything. It's the silence of dead.
Right, we must proceed with caution. It's quiet, but I don't like it.
Yes, the silence is
quiet.
more unsettling.
Too quiet.
I could scout ahead with my ring.
Very well. Be
As
careful.
you wish.
If you hear my screams or death throes, don't be shy to come help.
I'll think about it.
It will come running, Zevram, don't worry.
I'm so proud of you, Adrastin. You've gone from not caring to thinking about it.
Yes, well, you'll be more useful alive than dead.
Well, I'll agree to that, and I'll give a twist of my ring and step forward.
Make a perception check, Zevram. Zevram, your sharp ears hear that as you go past that. This is a door, by the way. I don't know if that's obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, behind this door, not directly behind it, but behind it, in amongst the dripping of water from the ceiling, you do hear movement. It kind of sounds like someone dragging something, or plodding along without any real destination. It's the ambles of a madman as he paces around his cell backwards and forwards, knowing that he won't be released from the asylum for years, if ever.
What kind of door is it?
It is a wooden door manufactured in Waterdeep. It looks relatively new.
Okay, I will check if there's any sort of inclination of it being locked or guarded in any way.
Excellent.
So,
quick question.
investigation.
Yeah, investigation, yeah.
Can we see the flickering of light, torchlight over here?
Yeah, you can. That's right. It looks like the door has been busted down here, and
Okay.
you can see the light beyond it. Zevram, you discover a small rune, although it's the nature of it evades you. Someone has carved a rune, filled it with ash and dust and bone down near the bottom of the door, but you don't. But the meaning of it eludes you.
I'll, in a hushed whisper, just call back to the party. I think this door has someone behind it. It looks like it might be guarded by magic. I don't know. Sanj, maybe you could check it out.
We need some time to give a proper assessment, but glancing over this rune, Arctic, any indication of what it could be? I'm hunching it might be a glyph. Hoping that the rune itself might give me some insight into the school of magic, perhaps.
Perfect. Yeah, a glyph seems logical. It doesn't look like a decoration. It's too strategically placed. It looks like it's set to activate when the door is open. It'll be an Arcana check to learn more.
Yeah, I will just quickly kind of scan. I won't pay too much attention. I suppose that's indicative of a 14, but kind of just glance over it as I walk past.
It is powerful necromancy.
Mind your step, everyone.
Can Fargrim take a crack at identifying?
Absolutely. Arcana check is what you want.
Big brain fighter.
Yeah. The fact that it's necromancy is something that you guess at because of the bone and the ash, but that's not confirmed for you, and you have to rely on Sandra's assessment instead. That was a door, by the way, up there. There was a door at the edge of the room.
Yeah. Is there anything of note in this room?
Yeah.
Bedroom.
It's currently empty, obviously. It looks like it might have once been a dwelling. There are chairs and tables. They've all been upturned and destroyed. Tablecloths. It looks like somebody left here in a tremendous hurry.
Alright, if I'm aware of the layout of this place, if we go down this door, we should make our way to the western halls of Sanathana's lair. If we go down here, I believe that takes us to where we first saw that creature. Giant worm thing.
Right. Well, we have a few options while we're here. We could move in the direction of Keviak went, try to pursue that giant, look for signs of its passage through here. We could make our way to where we heard that worm breaking out of its glass. I think it might
Let's
be.
see if we can't find Keviak down here. I'll
All
check
right.
around the corner.
Someone steps out, Zevram, but they don't seem to notice you. They are dead. It looks like a Zentarum soldier, perhaps. They're dressed in the Zentarum uniform, the Zentarum's armor, but they are quite clearly freshly dead. They slowly turn in your direction and look at you with confusion, and they take a step towards you.
I will retreat backwards, trying to be as quiet as I can.
As you, but even when you're retreating slowly, you're still faster than it.
I'll give a twist of my ring and say, "There's dead ahead, several of them." And as if on cue, I turn around and point.
It sniffs the air and begins to pick up its pace as it rushes towards Little Keviak Fargrim.
Let's take him out quietly, shall we?
Whoops, I didn't actually click my token.
The zombie's got initiative on us. I love it when it works out like that. I'm dead. What? Oh shit!
Testing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, I've switched briefly over to my mobile. Once it reconnects on the computer, I'll switch back. Alright, so the creature got a 15, as you can see. I can't readjust the turn order. So whoever goes first, what is it that you do?
I think it's me, so I will go up, kind of vaguely hold its head steady as with one hand as I try to shear its neck off with my sword.
Alright.
Trying to be quiet about it, you know, rather than a hacking motion. I'm just trying to cut through it like a hot knife through butter.
Sounds good.
24 to hit, I assume hits.
Fair
For
assumption.
13 damage.
Okay, and you chop all the way down to the bone, but you don't manage to sever the head completely. You reach the vertebrae.
Alright, extra attack. Give it a bit of extra oomph. 31 to hit for another 12 damage.
Then that's going to be all that you need. The creature slumps to the ground, headless, and I'm back, I think, already. While we'll reconnect. Alright, so I'm back on the main one. Okay, yeah, so you chop its head off. That's basically all that there is to it. A piece of pumpkin pie. Who's next? Adrastia?
Yeah, that would be me, I think.
Alright, Adrastia, or is it the creatures go next? No, you. Okay, what do you do?
I guess I'll move up a little bit. Just try and get a little peek into the chamber beyond. See a couple of zombies.
And that's the end of your go, right? Make a perception check, perhaps?
Yeah, I'll make a perception check just to see what's in the room beyond, because I didn't get to see it myself.
Alright. Come on, roll. Roll again. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, so the first thing you notice is that the creature's eyes are still moving. The next thing you notice is that its hands are raised and trying to go for Zevran's throat. But it's clumsy in the process. You see a zombie beyond it with your magnificent eyesight. This one looks like a bugbear that has had something exploded out of its skull. It's quite clearly dead, obviously, but it lumbers around nonetheless. Sanj, while Adrastia is looking down and she notices that this thing's eyes are still moving, and then we all notice that its arms are still flailing, what action do you take?
Yeah, if this thing is, like, despite everything that's just happened to it, if it's still kicking, I will move up next to Zevram here, and with my Master Apprentice wand, I will cast Shopping Grasp on the fellow. The 16?
Yeah, easily enough. It's got armor, but it doesn't know how to use it.
Sure. 19 points of lightning damage.
Falls to the ground. Surely dead, never to return.
More zombies ahead. I think I will finish my movement hugging the wall to allow others to pass. And I am satisfied that thing is dead, so I will end my turn.
Okay, Valeria.
We'll come forward, see what's going on, and keep going forward. That's it. I'm done. Dash action.
Dante.
Fantastic. I'll take 5 feet back. I'm done.
Right. Hisoka.
I'll move there and then hold my action to cast Sacred Flame.
Okie dokie. Fargrim.
Sorry, I'm having some minor technical difficulties. Fargrim will advance to the front of the party. Let me see if I can get away with this move. And he will hold his action to count this creature that approaches.
Brilliant, brilliant. All right. Ooh. Yeah, I'll get the other ones to enter the initiative, I suppose.
There's more than one?
Really?
Should I put Thriller on?
Yes. Alright, Zevram, so this thing's being finished off, but you've got its head. What do you do?
Guess I will try and move through here. I think that's as far as I can get, so... Do I have line of sight on this one, or is it like over the edge?
You can trade. Oh, that's these are. It's like a grandstand where we are. We're coming into the top level of a grandstand, so it gives us a commanding view. The dynamic lighting's imperfect, but yeah, if you can trace a line, then you can see it.
Okay. I will focus all of my energies into my sword as I will slash in the air 3 times as 3 sonic booms rocket towards this Minotaur zombie.
Alright, that will get their attention well and truly as we announce our arrival.
Does the 13 hit?
It sure will. The Minotaur skeleton has pretty thick bones, but not thick enough. And although it's a skeleton, it still has great swathes of flesh upon it. It looks like it has been severely injured by some sort of axe or sword. Most of the blows have occurred at a roughly waist height.
Yeah, just to add 5 damage to each of those as well, because I didn't remember to change my damage on there. So 14, 22.
The creature is very durable, and you barely break any of its bones with that damage. It looks like it could take all of that again and more.
Alright, that's my turn.
The zombie that Zevram has probably tossed its head casually to one side begins to flail around on the ground. It stands back up again and tries to put its hands around Sandra's throat.
Didn't I kill you already? That misses. Ah!
The other ones look back in your direction from where the blast came, and as if straining to understand, begins ambling in our direction.
Whoosh. I think Fargrim is holding something too.
Yeah.
Fargrim will pop his.
The one that's already been defeated, or one of the new ones that's freshly arriving?
Probably the one that just popped back up.
Yeah, sounds good. So it'll be a dex save, right?
That's Ahsoka.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The double crit. Damn.
Damn.
Absolutely annihilated.
Cantrip, by the way.
cantrip scaling good?
In the axe and the sacred flame, it is reduced to naught but shreds and memories. Adrastia.
Alright. So these are stairs going down, right?
Correct, stairs going down.
Okay, good, because that means that it gives me a little bit easier to shoot at the further zombies without hitting my party members.
Yeah, they're still kind of in the way, but you do have the height advantage.
Yeah. I'll let my allies deal with the closest ones, and I'll start shooting the furthest ones.
Sure.
So, I was starting from the one at the back. Let's see how far away, only 40 feet, I can get Hunter's Mark on it then. Which I'll do as a bonus action. This is a lit staircase, I think, so no advantage. They aren't favored enemies. There we go. For 21, that's tragic.
Goblin, you blow a hole straight through its chest, about 8 inches wide. Big enough to fit a bowling ball through, maybe. Maybe, yeah, about that. But the creature looks down at the hole in its chest and looks up at you with a confused visage.
I'll go for a more accurate shot this time. Just shoot it in the head and finish it off. For 14 damage.
Falls to the ground without any magic life to animate it again.
Right. I'll take one step. It's over here, and that's it.
The Myrtle Skeleton with great sloughs of flesh still hanging off it forces one of the zombies out of the way and lines up Zevram with its massive great axe, bringing it down with all the force that it can muster. Which is not a lot of force. It's a clumsy blow, and it seems to be half forgetting how to use its weapon. Some more lumber into view.
Oh, the undead tide. Okay, if I was playing my sorcerer, I don't think I could resist fireballing in this situation.
You know, Sirloin, you read my mind.
Swear to God, if you beat me to this fireball science, I'll never forgive you.
It's exactly what's happening. You know it's what's happening.
It's probably better off I got like 2 spell slots.
Can you even cast fireball?
Yeah, I can cast fireball, lightning bolt, melts minute meteors,
Wow. Not many
and
casts
haste.
there. Damn. Oh, you're a fighter and you can give yourself haste. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's dope. And I can cast shield.
Yeah, Eldritch Knights get slept on.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, I've never heard of Eldritch Knights being particularly good, but they are.
Ideal for fighting mind flayers too with the high int.
Yeah, exactly. And I can protection from good and evil. My
Nice.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I was just finding the handout.
No,
Yeah, Arctic, 3rd level fireball, right there, please.
Boom, 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 boom.
Dex save DC 18. and here comes some damage.
Suppose if they roll a natural 20, then they'll pass.
Oh, that's tragic. It's enough to almost kill most of them.
Should you even bother rolling?
There. A couple of skeletons, zombie skeletons, minotaur skeletons. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant work, minotaur
Oh,
skeletons.
there's one.
There's
They may
3.
have forgotten how to use their axes, but they've still got their dancing legs on. And I, Arctic, am going to just move a little bit further up this passageway here. I'm a little anxious about that shuffling we heard earlier, so I'll end my turn there.
Sort of flinch as the fireball goes off, and I look back. Sanj, I said quietly.
Well, they know we're here now.
Okay, guys, let's try to do this quietly. Pulls the pin on a grenade.
This will quiet things down.
Valeria, your nostrils are assaulted with the stench of rotten flesh, formaldehyde, and a whole bunch of other spices and smells that are involved in the process of necromancy.
I forget, do you let us move through allies or no? Allies
10
spaces?
feet, yeah, basic, difficult terrain.
Okay, excellent. I will do that. I'll cast,
Provoke a couple of attacks of opportunity in the process.
yeah. I'll cast, Shadow Moil myself, and, Hexblade's Curse on the Southern Minotaur.
17s and 18s hit.
Yeah.
Alright, they start beating and scratching and clawing and gnawing at poor innocent Valeria. But she gets down there and surrounds herself by the foes. Was Hexblade's Curse was that an action and a bonus action that you used?
Correct.
Yeah, cool. Ahsoka, these things aren't all that durable. Between you and Fargrim, you absolutely violated one of them.
I'm going to use Channel Divinity, turn on.
If you're able to chuck an aura down on yourself, that would be great.
I don't think I would have been able to resist taking a bunch of attacks of opportunity and running into the middle of the mall to use that.
2, 3, 4, 5, I think. I will say 6 for the sake of easiness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the DC?
18.
Brilliant. 4 of them are destroyed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It also affects one of the Minotaur skeletons. Or does it? So you clear some of the path, but it doesn't seem to be entirely effective, as several of the undead caught directly in the effect are all but unharmed. Fargrim, do you have experience battling the undead?
Neo?
Sorry, it's lagging pretty bad for me. I heard you have experience what?
Battling the undead.
That I do.
Good.
How intact is this one in front of me looking?
Untouched.
Okay. I will cast Booming Blade on it.
But if the fireball didn't alert them, then this surely will.
Or 21 damage.
Devastating blow, but not enough to finish it off.
As a bonus action, I will attack again. It's a 13 hit.
Will do it.
Another 14.
Collapses into a pile of flesh and bone.
And then I will move up. Alright, I'm good.
Everyone.
Alright, move forward and slash at the middle. Nice.
I've had worse rolls.
24 damage.
Devastating blow.
Still standing?
Sure is.
Let's finish it off.
Shatter several of its bones, knocking one of its horns off, breaking multiple ribs. But the amount of flesh that it still holds is acting like a shock absorber, and the creature, its backbone remains intact and upright.
Alrighty. That's it for me.
Speaking of upright, the zombie behind you gets to its feet and attempts to bite you on the back of the neck. Zevram. $15 won't do it.
I press my hand against its forehead and hold it at bay and say, "You can wait."
This one cannot wait, and it insists on attacking.
Giving it the stiff arm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to kill you. No.
The creatures that had that when you turned your back on them, Valeria, proved to be quite aggressive and effective. But now that you're face to face, one on one, it has very little chance of hurting you. Andrastia, the sea of undead is beginning to dissipate, thanks largely to Hisoka's intervention.
I'll move my hunter's mark to the closest zombie that Zevram's holding at bay and try to shoot it off of him.
Alright. It's an effective hit and one that finishes it off.
And then I'll shoot it again for good measure. at disadvantage, I think, because it's now prone. So I'll use a more accurate shot. For another 13 points of damage. Make sure it stays down.
Yeah, it vibrates a little, but it keeps squirming even after you put the second bolt into it.
And then I'm gonna move up this way next to Sanj, just in case something comes from behind us.
Okay. This skeleton picks up a bit of momentum and rushes, charging into head first, attempting to gore the dwarf whose brother killed it only a handful of days ago.
Man, it must have been some mighty warrior that originally killed these things, am I right? I mean, hell, they're fearsome must have looked like when they were alive. Like, must have been a fucking baller to take these things out.
Will a 20 break through that armor?
It will not.
Did not think so. This one is going for Valeria with its axe, its long limbs, delivering a decisive blow. Well, a 20 hit Valeria.
I think
Valeria, I'm a
That
plus
charge
20.
thing, I think I strength save even if it misses.
Give me 1 second.
Right. I wouldn't know. I don't think it would. Like, the wording is pretty bizarre. No, it has to hit with the gore attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries. Valeria, armor class 20.
Hello? Is my mic not working?
No, we got
It
you.
is now. Didn't hear it before. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that hits.
It does hit. Okay, cool. And a brutal blow for 14 points of damage. Its axe lodging in the side of your shoulder. This one, meanwhile, goes to Zevram, the ever-elusive Zevram.
Sorry,
But
the bottom one that...
Yeah, that's right, the bottom one. Use its axe rather than its horns.
I thought it was the one to my east. I'm gonna roll a d6, see if it actually hits me.
Oh, okay.
Forever since I've used this, so I actually had to look it up.
I didn't know. I don't even know what you're doing.
Armor of hexes, is it? You roll a d6 if you're cursed. Yeah, it tries to hit you.
6 or 1 to 3, I don't remember. On a 4 or higher, the attack instead misses you. Okay, cool.
Excellent. You are protected by the lady.
Alright. Having addressed your comeback to watch this back on this real hallway, I feel a bit safer about the whole thing. I'm going to calmly kind of proceed down the stairs and... Oh, okay. Well... I think I'm just gonna stick with the cantrips for now. This Minotaur down here, I'm going to send a ray of frost at it with my Master Apprentice wand. For a 16.
Easy to strike it. Apart from the party being an obstacle, there's little reason why you wouldn't be able to hit.
Cool. 12 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet till the start of my next turn. But I feel like that won't really be relevant.
Don't think it's going to make much difference.
Yeah, I'll end up here next to Hisoka, and that's my turn.
Okay, Valeria. After the protection from your patron, you feel an obligation to return. No, I should have said send it to the undead nation. I don't know. I could have kept going there.
I'm surprised you didn't, because you usually do.
It's accurate. I'll take 3 swings at it.
You feel elation.
19, 23, 19.
Alright, that'll all do it.
Alright, I'll get the calculator out, so I'll get that to you in a second.
It's heaps.
Skeleton feels frustration at your devastation. Feel elation.
Valeria's even more of a glass cannon than I am.
A bonus action, or no, it's not an action. Sorry, I just shifted to the other Minotaur next to me. I'm done.
Okay.
Whiskers.
Right, I saw somewhere the other day someone say that that's impossible. Like, because when they die, they become an object, not a creature. I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's an interesting concept that you can't shift Hexblade's curse from an object to a creature, and by default, when they die, they become objects. That's rules as written. That's you know.
That's
I don't know if it's accurate.
lawyery.
Yeah.
It is, but it's also an accurate use of the rules.
Let's just eliminate the Hexblade's 14th level feature. Fuck it.
I don't necessarily think it's a good rule. I don't even know if it is accurate, but that's what I was told. Anyway, Hisoka.
I'll go right there, and then I will cast Spirit Guardian.
Okay, can you use a different coloured aura to make it more distinct? Cool. Alright, that'll catch the zombie and both of the skeletons in within it. Cool. It happens on its turn though, doesn't it?
Start of its turn, yeah.
I'll try. Alright, so what do your guardians look like, Hisoka?
I don't know what Talos would send. I'm guessing like fallen angels. Like that look like Vikings.
Isn't he the guy to like self-sacrifice? Just got this swarm of angels like doing the, get down, Mr. President. Or no, Talos is the storm god. I'm thinking of the other cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almeida, yeah.
Elmater, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Alright, brilliant. Your self-sacrificial guardians are crackling with lightning, protect you and prepare to destroy the hated undead. But not before Fargrim can do it for you. Fragile Minotaur skeleton here, and a more durable one right here.
Some lag troubles. It's my turn, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. As a bonus action, Irma's gonna look over at Valeria, who just ate a hit. He's gonna pull like a scrap of paper out of his component pouch and fling it towards her and cast Shield of Faith.
Cool.
And then he's going to turn to the weaker of the 2 minutes and hit it with a booming blade.
Sounds like that's going to be enough. It sounds like a xylophone as the rib bones all fall to the ground. Something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Right. That'll do me.
Alright. As Evrim, these creatures are not posing much of a threat, Although they have caused a few injuries, so it hasn't been a complete waste of time on their part.
Yeah, I'll move down to slash at this Minotaur here.
It's all too easy, Verprim. It's all too easy.
For a total of 27.
You hack off most of the greying flesh, which is only quite fresh, but the necromantic rituals have necrotized it to some degree, and begin to chip into the bone beneath.
And then I'll skirt around it that way.
Just in time to avoid the zombies, who instead elect to unleash their unholy wrath on Fargrim. One of them actually clips him across the back of the head and leaves a lump. 11 points of damage. Oh, Spirit Guardians comes first, doesn't it? Start of their turn.
Yeah. For the first time they move into it.
Yeah, so that attack never actually happens because it gets disintegrated by Hisoka's Guardians, as does the one at Sanja's feet, who tries to get to its, tries to stand up, only to be vaporized by the magical effect. Is this a zombie as well? It is too. Saving throw for it. And yeah, the warriors of Talos, the ancestral guardians, are relentless in their pursuit of these undead. The numbers have been thinned significantly thanks to the intervention of this evil god.
I think you've forgotten a zombie down here as well.
Oh, he hasn't seen you yet because he's not. He might be within speed at this point. Yeah. Oh, he is just. Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right. He has seen you. He begins to shuffle ahead. There is one durable Minotaur skeleton and one ambling zombie.
I'll step out into the hallway and just ready in action to shoot anything that I see. Just watch the flanks for a little bit longer.
The Minotaur skeleton is agitated by the presence of all of these magical guardians, but it is not fast enough to react before they do. Well, how much damage will that be? Soga?
It's 11 necrotic.
Right, which is not going to be enough, and thus the Minotaur skeleton attempts to disembowel you with a feeble attempt that would not even hit an amateur warrior. Sanj, these things are just wasting our time.
No, I haven't seen our drow. I'm gonna come back up, get eyes. All good here. And come back down the hallway. 20 feet. Ray of Frost at old mate. Kaboom. 16 points of cold damage, and I will sit tight here at the turning point of the stairs.
On the zombie or the skeleton, sorry?
On the Minotaur skeleton, yeah.
Yeah, you freeze its bones for later consumption. Valeria, this creature ambles towards you with a hungry look in its eye that kind of reminds you of, well, earlier days.
I will shift Hexblade's Curse of the zombie in case that wasn't clear. Come up to it Bonus action, strike 1 for 1 billion damage.
A
41.
billion. Right. Annihilus.
Mhm.
Annihilation.
Yep.
All the damage. And we're left in a hallway that is once again quiet. If we perk our ears up, we might hear the drip, drip, dripping of water. But the distant stench of formaldehyde and other awful smells fills our nostrils, but there is very little to tickle our ears.
Is everybody all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Valeria?
I'm fine.
There,
Let's
but
continue
it
on.
turns out
Subtlety was never our strong suit. Let's continue.
I feel as though they may have been the only denizens left
I
remaining here.
found zombie.
For initiative. As Valeria rounds the corner, some dead eyes open, and more of these creatures. Goblins with holes in their head, bugbears with their skulls split open, Zentarum thugs suffering the same ailment, but still wearing scraps of their armor. Spot her and begin the slow shamble in her direction.
Shamble.
And Zebram, you will hear the clink of chainmail as well as the movement of feet dragging along the floor like a leper. But more than anything, it's the smell that alerts you to their presence.
Alright, I will go forward 25 feet and I will hold the doorway here, holding an action to attack the first zombie that comes into range. Did you get that, Arctic?
Sure did, Valeria.
I'm not gonna sit around and wait for something to come in range. I'll use my action to cast darkness on myself, and I'll move one more, and I'm done. Good luck seeing for the first round, guys. Sorry.
Okay. Adrastia.
Let's move up a little bit. A little bit more. There's a door right next to us.
Where are we? Yeah, that's right. That is a door. That's right. It looks like a fairly old iron, rusty, not recently replaced, like the one that had the glyph on it.
I'm gonna see if I can hear anything shambling on the other side of it.
Yeah, make a perception check at disadvantage because it's a pretty thick iron door.
16.
You hear ragged breathing.
Okay. I was like, Sanj, I can hear breathing on the other side of this door. It's ragged and it doesn't sound like a zombie.
Hmm.
does it sound
Sounds
like an angry
frowns.
dwarf?
Don't know what it sounds like. Someone who's afraid, perhaps?
If they sound afraid, it's not the dwarf.
Yeah, that's it.
Effect that you created, I didn't catch it.
What was that? Sorry.
Sorry?
Archie?
What was the effect that Valeria created? Darkness, right? Darkness. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. So, Drastia, what did you say that you did? Anything?
Oh, I
Just-
just listened for
Yeah.
and then I
Yeah,
told
cool.
Sanj that I could hear ragged breathing that kind of sounded like someone was scared on the other side.
Cool. Perception checks your actions so far, bro.
We'll move this one on down here. And can see a single zombie, so he's gonna shoot a firebolt at it. On pinging. Sorry, the zombie near the pillar. This.
It's a devastating strike, and the goblin is annihilated by the accuracy of your attack. Hisoka. Before you go, Hisoka. Although it would be unclear to you because of your positioning, Zevram and Valeria and you as well, Hisoka. Once you arrive where you do, hear some great dragging sound coming from this direction. If these individual zombies sound like lepers that that drag their feet along the ground, too unaware to lift them, the sound that's coming from this direction that I'm pointing sounds more like a horse, it sounds like the sort of weight that only several horses could drag along, like a ton of flesh being dragged along the ground, rather than 100 pounds of it. Yeah, Hisoka.
I'll warn the others, and since I can't see through the cloud of darkness, I will hold action to shoot Sacred Flame until I see something.
Yeah. Right. Okay, Sanj. You and Adrastia are now alone.
Alright. So there's obviously some trouble up ahead. Party's dealing with that just fine. Sounds of ragged breathing here at the door. I think Sarge is going to move directly more into this room here. And Arctic, I'd like to use my action to search. I'd like to search for any evidence as to which direction I am now trying to think as to whether or not I've seen. I know Keviak came down here, so I'm trying to search for any evidence that Keviak has made in a certain direction. I don't know how I would do that though. Does anything seem out of place? Any evidence that a small green tank of a dwarf has come through here?
Okay. Yeah, investigation's what you'll want.
Sure, yeah. So this gets my tireless precision. So
Yeah.
17 total.
You find some boot tracks. There are so many of them, though it's impossible to discern one from another. This is in a former arena, and within the arena, naturally, there were people moving and moving and moving, and lots of blood, blah blah. But while that's all academic, you find something else as well. You find evidence that there was a tremendous necromantic ritual that was enacted here. Like Animate Dead on a colossal scale. The circles and symbols can still be here, can still be seen now that you spend the time to actually look at them.
Does that investigation roll at all reveal approximately how many members or mages would have been responsible for a ritual like this?
Yeah, good question. And no, it doesn't.
Okay.
There's no evidence that the mages were here at all. There's no silk footprints or anything like that are any more discernible than the footprints that would have been left behind by the pit fighters in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hang on to that for the time being, and I will complete my movement by just stepping to the outside of the arena, and that's my turn.
Yeah, cool. It was quite clearly a ritual, though, as opposed to an instantaneous spell. You've gone to the trouble of assembling a magic circle.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Cool.
Okay, Valeria, your heart sinks as through your magical darkness you see a small brain on 4 legs bound along. It looks around without its eyes, of course, and seems like the darkness is rather irrelevant to it, as it comes bounding straight through it. Or maybe you can't see it because of the pillar.
I just now came over. Okay, we're cool. I just seen it now.
Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll check the range on what they can do. I think it's 10 feet. Yeah, 10 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just scurries straight through the darkness, ignoring the obstacle, as it has no eyes for which to be affected by. It's not alone, though. Others come around the corner in pursuit. And before you know it, you're knee-deep in these wretched creatures. Alright, I'll move on in a moment. Still moving these creatures into position. Okay. This zombie that was just so thoroughly destroyed by little Keviak struggles to get back to its feet. But the damage taken is too serious, and instead it just sloughs to the ground, its arms and head falling off its shoulders, arms and head falling off its shoulders. That's accurate. Likewise, these zombies that we can see, they don't see through their eyes. Necromantic energy doesn't quite work that way, and they shamble forward, unperturbed by the darkness, unaware, in fact, of the darkness. And it's only the fact that they're so slow that means that they don't, that these ones to the south aren't able to lay any sort of decisive attacks onto you. The same can't be said, however, for the ones to the north. They too see straight through the darkness and shamble up to make a meal of you. One, two, three, four. Not much he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not much he can do. But this one can get in. So 2 of them get into position, and are able to attack, while the others are just left clutching and scrambling and reaching, but don't have the speed to do anything decisive. The 2 that do attack are, of them, one is cripplingly, humorously ineffective, but the other manages to lay its hand around your throat and begins to wrench and break your neck.
As it lays its hand around my throat, its skin begins to burn as the amulet flares up. This is from the disadvantage.
From the what's the disadvantage from?
Protection from evil amulet or whatever. Sanj gave.
Excellent. And that's against undead and fiends and celestials.
Yeah, correct.
Excellent. Okay, Zevram, there is a sea of undead flesh in front of you.
As the darkness fills the hallway, I blink my eyes and let them adjust as they grow. They glow a muted white behind my eyes, so I'm able to see. I can see what's in front of me, and I do not mess around. I move forward 1, and I think I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will choose the 5 intellect devourers within 30 feet of me as I disappear in a rush of wind and attack them each in turn.
Excellent.
Do all of those hit?
Oh, well, with ease.
All right.
Mincemeat, baby.
Left to right, top to bottom.
Do you have to be able to see your target?
I have dark vision in Devil's Sight.
Devil's Sight? You got Devil's Sight, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Alright, so if you just want to show me which ones you do hit, these blows are going to annihilate them.
Oh my goodness.
So that one, these 2, and the one down here.
Okay, great. It's super effective.
We like to call this the Bardic Fire.
I think I will use the remainder of my movement to just sneak up here.
Get rid of that one. And I'll get rid of these as well. Okay. And I'll get rid of that one too. Valeria.
Valeria, hearing the large shambling to the south, we'll head towards that. Ignore these petty creatures. They can take their 5 attack of opportunities
And
at disadvantage.
T.
They all miss.
Don't miss. No worries. The 20 must have come close though, right?
The 20 does hit. I apologize. I didn't see that one. Yes, my apologies.
Yes.
I will take that. Give me one moment. I will. Oh, fantastic. Bonus action, strike at this brain dog in front of me.
Excellent.
15 hit.
It will.
Total 33 damage on that one.
Enough to absolutely destroy it.
And then I will drop darkness and hold my action for if any brain dog comes within my range. I'm done.
Excellent. This zombie down here discovers you. It senses your presence and looks at you hungrily through the darkness, which then disappears. Adrastia.
Okie dokie. Still a little bit concerned about that breathing I heard on the other side of the door, but I can hear a lot of chaos going down that way, so I better join in. Move 30 feet, and then I use my bonus action to move another 30 feet. What's the green aura, by the way?
Spirit
Is
guardian.
a
Oh,
friendly
it's just
aura.
I think Aldrich's radiant energy or whatever would have triggered because the darkness dissipated. I'm pretty sure you can see something, but y'all's call. Just reminding. The hell die.
Okay. All these zombies, I can see them, I imagine. I'm not sure where the darkness aura is supposed to be.
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone, okay. Then I'll use my action to take 2 shots. At this one first. For a 26.
And breaks it down.
And the one above it. For 24.
Another successful strike.
Alright, that's it. That's my turn.
Fargrim will charge down the stairs. See the massive zombie. And he'll just start beheading them. Sorry, I'm still dealing with lag.
No problem.
Zombies, there's no brain dogs still.
No, there are like a whole bunch of dead brain dogs lying all over the floor, but they look like they've been carved with spell and sword. Devastating. These zombies, by the way, the ones with the red dot, they're like already taken out. They're on the ground, dead. But you're able to attack them while they're prone to hopefully finish them off, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Curb stomp him.
That's it.
Basically.
One of them keeps writhing even after you've struck it.
Hit it.
Keep crushing its skull, but its fingers just keep wiggling.
That last one's against the one on the right.
Okay. Yeah, its fingers keep wiggling even after you've turned its skull to paste.
Yeah. What again?
Okay.
I'll do it.
I cast Channel of Divinity, turn on dead.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The best song ever, isn't it? It's right up there with Sonata by Beethoven. That song, it's right up.
They knew how to make kids count.
And then I genuinely feel it's still the best TV show I've ever seen in my life. Like, nothing can say. Still the best TV show I've ever seen. Not even ironic. Alright. Brilliant work, Hisoka. As Tempest's wrath send these things into the afterlife. It's just you and the necromantic ritual.
Yeah, I'm perplexed, Arctic. I'm happy to make another check to determine this, but is this ritual, like, has it been completed and the effects are just, they're just taken place? Or is it a persistent thing and the ritual is, like, it has been completed, but it is serving as, like, a sort of, power source, if that makes sense? Basically, can I disable this and turn all the undead off?
It was the latter. Like, someone's basically cast an, for want of a better word, an epic level spell. A version of Animate Dead that is far beyond the capabilities of most casters and simply doesn't exist in most spell books. And rather than raising an undead, they've raised 100 of them.
Okay, sure. Alright. Well, shit. I'm gonna try and pull out, I've got some enchanted, inks and chalks. I'm gonna try and fuck with the circle. Turn it off.
Brilliant. You destroy the circle, rendering it useless. However, its magic has already more or less been expended in any case.
Sure. Okay. I'm still satisfied. I'll make my way up the stairs now. I'll burn some of those components to do that. Cool. Alright, that's my turn.
Excellent. Unperturbed by their the destruction of their ally, more intellect devourers begin to pour out in what is Lair.
Yeah, I will strike the first one, and then die to the rest.
Die to the rest.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's dead. Hopefully. 25 damage.
Certainly is. We'll do it. But the others pour out and crawling at Valeria in a scene of what we have experienced before. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Clawing at her from all sides. What had been a very simple endeavour of just clearing a few brain-dead creatures becomes a scene of true terror, true horror. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh shit.
The second claw hits.
Yeah.
Right. So it makes one attack with its claws and uses Devour Intellect. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got this.
Hungry boys.
And if you don't got this, I got this.
Yeah, we got scrolls, baby. You're right. Good luck.
Let me make sure. Okay. Excellent. Alright. 4 intelligence, DC. No, 5. 5? 4. 4 intelligence, DC 12s. At -1. Fantastic. I will use inspiration. Fantastic. Alright. And then I'll do the next 3 for damage. Excellent.
Oh
Failed
my
all of them.
God.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Okay. On a failure, you get to roll 3d6 4 times.
Okay.
Unless you have protection from evil.
Do, but I
You've
don't
got
think
the
that.
amulet.
It doesn't
I don't think
affect
it
that.
protects. Yeah, I don't think it protects that.
Yeah,
Protects
Just
against
so they
being-
can't come in.
Protects against body stealing, doesn't it?
Yeah, the body.
Oh, right. Yeah,
but
so
not
it'll
intelligence.
stun her, but they won't get. Yeah, sorry.
Correct.
Cool. Well, that's
That'll do
good. Like honestly, that's really good.
Yeah. I don't get killed. I just can't act. Do you need me to roll again? Because 14 already puts me at 0.
I do not need you to roll again. 0 is low enough for me.
Excellent. I'm glad you're
So
happy.
kind, Arthur. So kind.
However, this is not great because one of the zombies was within 60 feet, and it sent it could occupy the same square as the Devourer, and it will have advantage, I suspect, on its attack roll.
Incapacitated, I believe so. I'll look it up real quick.
And automatic critical as well, I believe.
Oh yeah, it is unconscious. No, I mean it's just incapacitated or stunned. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Raw status effect. Attack rolls have advantage. They're not auto crits though.
Auto crits, alright, just 7 points of Zebram, you're not sure if you've lost her again or not.
Yeah, I'll run up there 30 feet. Well, I can't even get right next to her. What's the range on this spell? It is touch. Okay. I will deal with the problem at hand, and I will unleash a volley of Eldritch Blasts towards these. I would have probably done it from back here as I'm running forward. So, first one at the highest one. Misses. Crits.
Makes up for it.
That's probably not going to kill it, so I will unleash another one into that.
Right, it is still
17.
flailing and... Yep, it's still flailing around and scratching, and when it can't devour Valeria's mind, it chooses yours instead.
That's it for me.
Valeria, what does a person with intelligence of 0 think about? Football! I'm sorry if there's any football.
Yeah, that's me. The glorious void, embrace of death.
Yeah,
Relief.
guess my intelligence is 0 after all. It's like all I think about. Interesting.
You okay, man?
You know I'm not.
Uh,
Not Adrastia.
Let's move up a bit. Oh. We've been here before.
Almost this exact same spot.
Yeah, actually. You're standing in your own footprints right now.
Alright, 2 shots on the Intellect Devourer, starting from the closest.
Excellent.
22 on the closest. Ooh, yes, inspiration there, I think.
Okay.
Actually, no, I won't.
Right, there's nothing in the way. Yeah, you're not gonna hit anyone. So.
Yeah, I get a 3rd attack, so I think actually it's better to save it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
For 26 on that one.
And another one is removed from this world.
Alright, and I just move a little bit out of the way. That's it.
Grim!
Alright, charge in. Say lay a booming blade on the intellect devourer.
Or
For 17 damage.
and the echo of the boom, the thunderous damage, reverberates throughout the complex.
And he'll attack one more time normally for another 7.
And that will be enough to make this thing brain dead. The sound of your cacophony seems to alert whatever great mass is being dragged through the other room. And, it almost sounds like, you know those giant fans? Not a modern fan, but rather like a palm frond or something? If you can imagine the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of moving one of those giant palm fronds, that's kind of what one of the noise that that is alongside the scraping and dragging of the 10 tons of flesh being dragged along the ground. Ahsoka.
Go right there, and then is my spirit guardian still lasting? Because it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, easily. It probably hasn't even been a minute yet, I'd say.
Okay, then I'll cast Greater Restoration on Valeria.
Thank God for high level clerics.
Valeria, you're still thinking about the void, but at least your thoughts are they're more like Nietzsche now. They're less like 14-year-old poetry and more like Nietzsche.
I was just thinking about how the 20 character and the 0 character kind of think about the same thing. They just do it a lot differently. What is?
Yeah, it
What
says
is
something
thought?
about your religion that it's virtually unchanged by an intelligence of 0.
Yeah. I've got to work out whether I'm the intelligence 20 or the intelligence 0. Alright, Sanj.
Okay. I'm sure everything is under control. 20 feet. 25. 30. Well, I can't see anything else here. I think let's see. I think I take the dodge action here. That's my turn.
Okay. The intellect devourers are having a long, hard think about it.
Gotta do DC 18 deck save
Alright.
or wisdom.
Is it Dex or Wisdom? Don't worry, the result is the same. They're both -2. which is actually its second best stat. No, third best. Yeah, -2. That's almost as good as it gets for a zombie. 11 necrotic is not going to be enough. And, uh-oh. Have I just killed my sound? I can't hear anything.
Um,
God
No, we
you're
still
right.
hear you.
I'm thinking I'm going to have to disconnect Discord because, like, the sound has died. I'll be back in a moment. In fact, I might have to reconnect the computer. This might not work at all.
Can you hear us?
Good. I think I'm going to have to reload the computer. I don't think this is going to work otherwise. So I shall, to give me a moment, it probably take that.
So, taking bets on what that big thing is.
Zombie dragon.
Maybe a zombie Neolithid?
I'm thinking Mind Flare Dragon.
Did we lose Arctic?
His sound stopped
temporarily.
working. He's just
Okay.
restarting his computer.
So the zombies are a bit nicer than the mind flayers, hey?
Shit.
Far out.
Makes
Yeah,
me
nothing
wonder
nastier
if...
than the brain dogs, though.
Yeah, because these are all recently dead zombies, makes me wonder if they've just abandoned
Alright.
this outpost.
Hmm.
Okay, still loading, but it's back in action.
Cool.
Yeah, I accidentally hit the mute button, and for some reason, in Discord, it only happens in Discord. It doesn't happen like when I'm playing a game or anything like that. But when I'm muted in Discord, I lose all sound and it never comes back. I don't know. It's clearly a hardware, or rather, it's a problem with my computer, but I've got no idea how to solve it. Lay zombie. Valeria is the easier target, and once its brain has loaded, or it doesn't have a brain, used to have a brain, I'll roll it, but it's still loading for now. Try just doing it manually. That might be quicker.
Gotta appreciate the The Mind Flayer's efficiency. That misses, by the way.
Yeah.
They eat the brain,
Yeah,
then they take over the body with a brain dog. Then the brain dog has to get ejected. Then it summons the corpse as a zombie. Maximum efficiency. Fucking using every part of the elephant or whatever.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
by the way.
And then when the zombies are done, they can feed the corpses to whatever experiment they've got going on at the time.
How sustainable? These guys. Minimizing
They
waste.
know
It's
how
good.
to. Yeah, they know how to recycle.
Yeah, I mean, they live
Like-
underground. There's like a finite supply of corpses, you know?
You're gonna make every ounce of flesh count, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Bullshit.
how often does a prime adventurer just wander into your death trap?
Fairly often. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, they say that adventurers have high wisdom, but that's not my experience. You know, like I'm not seeing it, guys. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
seeing
know
it.
that thing where sometimes adventurers feel like a call that lures them into Undermountain? That's just fucking mind flayers looking for.
Fucking
I know what the sound is now. This is the second time I've turned this very corner and been like, fuck.
spoil it for me. That's alright. Spoilers.
All right, Zebram.
Yeah, I've already done my movement, so I
I can't
guess
see it.
I
Yeah,
will-
right.
Yeah. I'll just move my token again in case it hasn't updated. I will launch 3 Eldritch Blasts into this thing that I won't describe to let people have a chance at having their own reactions.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if it is what I think it is, Arctic. For lore reasons.
Alright, 37 damage into that thing.
An insignificant amount that causes some of its flesh to slough off, but it barely seems to notice. It notices you though, and crackling sparks begin to form in its chest cavity that rise up through its throat and into its mouth. Valeria, your mind has returned, and your thoughts are uncomfortably similar to the ones that were there before.
Yeah, kill. Take out my frustration. I'll take the op attack from the zombie. I'm disappointed in Arctic.
You obviously don't love efficiency.
I mean, I do, but officially it doesn't make lore sense. I'm gonna go here, and I'll cast my staple, Shadows of Moil, and that whirling bit of sand swirls around me, and I didn't mean to do that damage, so ignore that. I'm done.
And Valeria, Adrastia. Okey-dokey. They won. Let's just say, I think that's probably not meant to be there. Can you guys not hear me? Or are you talking to a...
Yeah.
No,
we can.
Adrastia, are you
One.
there?
Oh yeah.
Might be okay.
I'll move up and then use my bonus action to keep moving a bit more. Don't see anything yet. 15. 20. I still don't see anything particularly nasty. I'll shoot the zombie right next to me, just to get it out of the way.
Inconvenience.
For 17.
Every time I see that, not every time, but often when I see that SS, it just makes me think that Adrasty is a Nazi.
I mean, she's an evil racist,
Wow.
so it's not a bad analogy.
She is the
Yeah.
master race.
The Nazis were women and lived underground. Like,
And I'll direct my second shot to that zombie there.
Alright.
death
Wait
to the
for someone.
Untermenschen, which is everybody who's not a female drow.
Precisely.
Yeah. I'll move back 10 feet. That'll be my turn.
And it is Fargrim's go.
Is there a brain dog under the zombie?
I'm not sure, so I got rid of it because I can't remember if it was there or not.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm casting haste on my. So Valeria, you will lose the Shield of Faith +2 bonus.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use my free action on attacking the zombie.
Okay. Crunch. Not enough, unfortunately. You knock its head off, but it just keeps flailing around at you blindly.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna attack again.
Very good. This time you crush it, and it can't possibly come back from that.
And who does that? Just my brother and zombie. Alright. He's gonna step around the corner to see what all this fuss is.
As far as you get?
Nah, I'm just waiting for it. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, shit. 2 down here. And because he's hasted, his movement is doubled, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be.
Right. The undead dragon, which is not in as nearly as bad a state as the one in the image. It's mostly most of its flesh is still there. Its wings are pretty tattered, and it's certainly got some grievous injuries. But nowhere near as bad as what the image indicates. Unleashes its lightning bolt directly at Valeria, which happens to strike in Zebrum's direction as well, although he will have advantage on his saving throw against its lightning, thanks to the pillar, the wall, which is in the way.
Pew. Oh, advantage. Pew. Not great.
The DC is 20. Nasty. Oh, it's on GM Lair. I'll take it off GM Lair. Always with never. DC 20.
Ugh.
74.
Jesus.
37 if halved.
I will kind of embrace myself, putting my arms like across my chest, and have that carbonite entombment effect come across me. And
Brilliant.
with the listus.
The zombies shamble forward to feast on your comatose flesh.
Sure.
The zombie does this. The dragon does this. Hisoka.
I walk there. And shit. I'll go here, and then I will.
Yeah, it's a great spell.
I'll just cast that at the dragon.
Hey. You might say it was dragging its belly along the ground.
No,
But
I-
we won't. We won't say that.
Wing. And deflect your flame attack.
All right. I've no doubt heard something akin to a large amount of electrical discharge.
Yeah.
So, I am briefly going to get down onto all fours, as I am going to make use of my shape changer feat. I am going to turn myself into a Deinonychus, I think they're called. It's a little medium dinosaur.
It's a velociraptor from Jurassic Park, because they're not real velociraptors. They're actually Deinonychus.
Ah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna let's step about 5 feet into this little hallway. You might need to drag the token for me, Arctic. It's the only thing, because I don't think we have any pets and effects yet.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. And while I'm bringing that up, I will also. The real velociraptors are about the size of a chicken.
Yeah, they're not big, hey? But they pack hunters as well?
Well, we don't know, but
Yeah, I don't remember.
Aren't they like the T-Rex and everything else that got ruined by later science scavengers or some shit?
Tyrannosaurus
big,
might be scavengers,
like-
but it's more likely that Tyrannosaurus is like a lion. It'll scavenge for sure, but but they are perfectly capable hunters. Yeah, like a creature of that size almost certainly couldn't survive off carrion alone. But who knows? Jury
so
is
that's
out.
5 feet, so I'll continue the movement now. Is zombie still kicking?
The twitching.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess with an intelligence of, 4? I'm just gonna attack it.
Advantage.
Great, so I make use of the multi-attack here, so I will bite it, and then claw at it twice.
Ripping and ravage into it, but it just keeps moving like a patient on the slab of a temple floor.
Yeah, great. Just tear it loose, necrotize flesh, and that's turn.
Right. Boing, 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 boing.
Ah, you little fucker. Oh shit. Oh hell no.
Okay, Le Zombie tries to get up. Oh, he's back on his feet, and he is going to bite the Deinonychus right back in the face.
Let's do it. AC is 13. So that hits me. 10 points, and then I have to make a con saving throw, I think. And it uses the constitution of this creature, doesn't it?
Correct. All correct, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Certainly are. Is Valeria fine? Because this zombie is going to bite her comatose brain.
Really try. Miss. Oh,
17 won't do it, will it?
4. It's advantage and disadvantage, so it's 4 and 4.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. That's good to know. The other 3 will go for Fargrim. $18 points of damage. I'm not sure if Fargrim's there.
Yeah, I
Cool,
am.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Awesome.
rough, like not having all damage.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you
18
got over
points of
100 hit
damage
points.
is 18 points of damage now.
Yeah. I've noticed that with like high level characters, particularly barbarians. You know, you got like 150 hit points to start with, and you take 32 points of damage. Yeah, it's only 16. I don't really give a fuck. You know, I'm not that concerned. All right. Is growing, particularly when you look behind you and you see what's coming bounding for Adrastia.
Yeah, I look into the room, I look back, I look into the room, I look back. I guess I will make my decision here and fire off 3 bolts of Eldritch Blast. First one at the top one. Second one at the top one. And third one at the top one. So try and finish it off.
That'll be enough to split it.
I will then cast a 3rd level healing word on myself.
Okay, and before anyone else can act, Adrastia's anxiety grows even greater as some creatures step out from around this eastern direction.
Could you change my dark vision as well? I'm meant to have 120 now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I won't save it at the moment, but I'll change it so that it's accurate in this map, and you'll just have to tell me again later.
I've just had to uninstall Enhancement Suite for the time being because it's been giving me problems.
Sacrilege. Heresy.
A creature comes around the corner and says, and it seems to point back towards something behind it, and then it points towards you guys as giving the command to charge.
What the fuck is that?
These things again.
Kuatoa? Is that what they are?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. Sorry guys.
First time we came here, we had a lot of problem with them because they had man catchers with them, and they kept dragging us all over the place.
Cool.
Why do I hear boss fight music?
Big dino.
I should
The dino.
Yeah,
cool.
so I tried to give myself sight, and I didn't change the size parameters of the token, but it's done it anyway.
So you don't have
Oh,
dark vision, but you do have sight, right?
On the Dino token, yeah.
It's because the default is 70-70. If you
Right.
change it to 35-35, it'll
30.
bring you back down.
Great, thank you. Awesome, thanks, Sev.
Yeah, so the creature tells its companions to charge, and then instead of charging itself, it casts shield and moves up cautiously. It has those man catchers that everyone was just talking about. Valeria.
I continue to act as an ornament piece.
Indeed you do. The zombie is trying to munch on your brains, but it can't find any. Trastia.
Zombies. Zombie dragons. Intellect devourers. Whatever that thing is.
Murloc, you got it?
Well, there's only one clear target, and that's these little bastards. I think there could be... I think there's few creatures in the game that are a higher priority target than these things. So that's what I'm gonna shoot at. So 29 on one of the ones at the front. I suppose it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Pop it.
And a 30 on the other one.
2.
I wish I could shoot 3 times. But I have to miss to get that third shot.
You can miss if you want.
Yeah. I will then move. These guys can move really far, can't they? Don't want to just abandon Zevram either, so I will move to face this new threat and let
Okay, then.
Zevram finish off the Selective Arrow.
Might be the nicest thing you've ever said.
That was out of character.
It certainly was.
So I have my turn here to meet this new threat.
Grim.
Argrim move up on this dragon. Let's see, he's gonna make his hasted attack, a booming blade, and then another attack. Opportunity attack misses. Is a 17 hit this dragon?
Does hit this particular dragon. It will not.
How about a 21?
21 will be enough to break through the tarnished scales.
Alright. So 17 plus 8, 25 damage.
25. The zombie doesn't really notice. The dragon doesn't really notice. But that's because it's got so many targets to choose from. Okay, well, 23. Okay.
And step.
Prepared to devour our hapless warlock, but it doesn't operate on hunger. Rather, it operates on life force. Yep.
Provoke an attack opportunity from it if it wants to. Away.
You won't because of its it has a greater range than that.
Ah, right, it has reach.
Yeah, it has reach. Yeah. All right. But you do place yourself outside of the range of its claws. It had been about to devour Valeria, but her life force is so weak right now that instead it focuses on the stronger life forces. In this case, being Zevram.
The 31 and the crit will definitely hit.
6 in total. Is that not Zevram? I was thinking that it's. I got Hisoka and Zevram confused.
Right, yeah, okay. I was thinking,
Yeah.
damn, long claws.
Yeah, I reckon, right? Yeah, Hisoka. Those are attacks were all on you. 18 critical and
From another room.
What's your armor class, Hisoka?
It's 27, so I take the hit, but I also have animated armor, so the crit becomes a normal attack.
Brilliant. Oh, and you've got spiritual guardians, which I hadn't accounted for, so I'll roll that now. You will have to make concentration on the spirit guardian.
Still takes half damage of whatever.
And a second spirit guardian's roll, one for each hit, basically. One for the claw, one for the upper claw. And that will cause the spell to fizzle and burn. But it's your go again, Hisoka. Even as your spirit guardians fade away.
I use my last channel divinity to destroy undead.
Niente. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Destroy them, you do.
And then bonus
Dragon
action.
is undead too.
He
He
certainly
won't be destroyed
is.
by it, but he'll be turned, maybe.
Potentially, yes. Beep!
That bonus
Dragon is
action.
terrified.
Scare. Cast spiritual weapon.
Cool.
We lose you again, Archie?
No, can you not hear me? I'm talking.
We're just wondering what's happening.
Right, I'm waiting for Sanj.
Oh, sorry.
Sanj is going? Yeah.
Ahsoka,
Yep.
I think. Oh, is all you're doing casting spiritual weapon, Ahsoka?
And turn on dead, yeah.
Yep.
Does the spiritual weapon attack on the same round it appears?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Okay, cool.
Now.
All right. Yeah.
Now
Okay.
it gets. Now it will get another saving throw because it took damage after the
Being turned?
Being turned. Yep, that's right. DC is 18. Ahsoka.
My DC. Oh, okay. I got it. What kind of save? Oh, wisdom.
Wisdom. What's your DC? What's your DC spell DC?
Should be 18, right?
Yeah, I thought it would be 18.
Yeah, but are you talking about for?
Yeah. So what's
guardian?
happened, right? Is you've turned. And after turning undead, you've attacked it and injured it, and so it gets a fresh saving. So your DC is
18.
cool. 16's not going to be enough. Okay, Sanj.
Alright, so snarling, biting at this zombie. The smell of fresh fish probably permeates the space a bit more. So the Deinonychus is going to provoke an opportunity attack from the zombie as it runs and pounces at the Kuatoa. Okay.
22 might cause you to lose your form immediately.
Okay, so we'll bring it back, right? Because this, you're right. So I take 4 points of damage. Make the concentration check. So that's fine. So
Okay.
I'm able to move up there. That's cool. And then I shall make use of the multi-attack here. And I'm also going to make use of the pounce, I think, because I can pounce at this thing.
Cool.
So I am going to... So first the bite, 21, and then 2 claws.
I'm sure that's enough, yeah.
So I think the bite hits, but either of the claws hit. I think the 16 will. I don't think the 10 will, because you said it had cast shield.
It has cast shield, and the 10 won't, but the 16 will.
Cool. All right. So that was the bite, and then the claw. So it has to make a DC 12 Strength saving throw.
Here we go. No, it's a 6. It's on GM Lair, but it's a 6.
Okay. So it knocks it prone, and then I can use a bonus action to make another bite. And this will be with advantage. 21, I'm sure, will do it. So a total of 19 points of damage. And it'll need to make a bunch of concentration checks for the shield, and that's turn.
Oh, good call. 3 of them?
I think so, yes.
1, 2, 3. All
It's all
good.
good.
La 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 la. Some rush in, giving praise to their god, blip doop bloop, or something similar to that.
Blub blub doop.
Bloop 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 bloop. And the 2 of them are unable to get in there in time. Turn it off GM Lair. But the other 2 are able to make it into range. One of them uses his spear two-handed.
So AC 13, that'll hit, and it brings me back to my Sange form. So I'll just bring my token down there. I'm not concentrating, and I take the carryover damage. Alright.
The other one throws his net at you.
That misses.
Boing, boing, boing. The last of the intellect development makes a beeline for Zevram.
Who's the Devourer attacking Arctic?
Zevram.
Yeah. 12 won't hit, and I'll need to make an intelligence save.
Yeah.
Nice.
Move
I'm gonna use inspiration. Nice. And that's just 1 above my fucking intellect again. Oh wait, I need to roll 3d6.
Yes.
Less than your intelligence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh.
Yeah, I moved away just enough to abandon you. Don't worry, I didn't go
I'll
completely
remember
against
this.
character.
I'll probably won't remember this.
Done.
We have been here before. Both Valeria and Zevram have both been intellect devoured.
What are you thinking about with your intelligence of 0?
I don't really have a concept of what thought is, so I guess that's a nice splotch of grey on the wall.
That's real deep, man. That's like you're in Canberra, right? So you're too far south to have met a cane toad, I expect.
Yes, I haven't licked one yet.
And cane toads, they got an intelligence of 0. They are not very smart. That is their,
I suppose that's why people go out and play golf with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you can.
Disco Lyceum.
Okay. This one is going to use that man catcher that we were describing earlier. That you can Google a man catcher if you want to know what they are, but it looks like a giant crab claw on the end of a stick.
The 12 will miss. The
Laura
bite
tries
will
to
hit.
swallow you whole. Just like a cane toad all over again. Valeria.
I will use my action to tap into my half-drow ancestry and cast Fairy Fire on the Dracolich.
I don't think that's going to do anything to stop its being turned.
It's not turned.
Oh, it's
It just automatically succeeds when it's hit by damage.
automatically, is it? I thought it got a fresh saving throw.
There's no save. It's just done when you get hit.
Oh, okay. Thanks for specifying that. In any case, its innate magic counters your own enchantment.
Innate magic counters my own enchantment.
Something
Oh,
like
maybe.
that.
Okay.
Make past the saving throw.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
I will bonus action attack, and that'll be
Okay. Devastating strike.
I'm done.
Okay, a Drastia.
Alright. Well, that was predictable. Let's kill the Intellect Devourer before it can actually possess Severum.
I have a amulet as well. You would know that.
Yeah.
But I am brain dead for the type B.
21 damage.
Serious injury and 1 to cripple it.
Alright. Sees Severum kind of standing there. Like, well, I don't see any other enemies around. I think that zombie's dead. Like, properly dead.
It's
not.
stood back up again. Yeah.
Oh, it has. Okay, then I'll shoot it.
Surely that's the end.
For a 19.
It sinks back down onto the ground, but it keeps us writhing and wriggling.
Alright, and then I move back up here. And just reload. Get ready to assist Sanj and protect Severum.
Move in on the dragon and like his flails and blur, just bam, bam, bam. Does an 18 hit?
Oh no, it will not.
All right. And 26 plus 8, 32.
32. The 21 hits though. So is that all of it? Like that's.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So 32. Yeah, no worries. You're beginning to whittle it down by this point. A lot of its bones are broken or dislodged. A lot of its flesh has sloughed away. A lot of its scales are. But it doesn't seem to be consciously aware of this danger. And as you move out of its range, it flicks its tail out in your direction.
Oof. 18
19.
damage.
Yeah, 19, yeah, for the record.
Oh, 19. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And the rest of the attacks are focused on one adversary. On a 1, it's Valeria. On a 2, it's Hisoka. All of them going for Valeria.
All of them hit, and I'm unconscious.
Ravages you again.
Let's see how much I'm unconscious. 26, 36. Okay, never mind. We're good. I was just seeing if I got a 2 death saves or not, but I didn't. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, good call. Very, very good to work that out. Hisoka, Valeria drops again, and as the dwarf retreats, you're left to solo the dragon.
Attack it with the spiritual weapon. And then, gonna run there real quick, so is that an attack of opportunity from the dragon?
Will, for it has refreshed its brief reactions.
That misses.
Okay, and we leave Valeria to be devoured.
And then I'll cast Greater Restoration on Zevran.
Okay.
Nice.
Mercs are clambering to get you.
Yeah, okay. I think this corridor is a little too small for plan A. So I think plan B is I will polymorph myself into a giant scorpion Arctic. If I have
You
to
will
shift
have to move back.
That's fine. I'll take a couple of opportunity attacks to do that. That's okay.
Alright. I don't think you provoke one from the whip because he's got a reach weapon, I think. Yep, he does. But so do the Kuatoas. No, they've got nets, not reach weapons. So it ends up only being a single bite.
No problems.
Come on. Or rather a two-handed spear, which is kind of the same thing.
So the 12 misses. I've got my mage armor on. And then I transform with my action. I can't take any attacks, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, I'll have to give you a scorpion, I expect. I don't think we've got one of those.
Sorry, I hate to make you drag. I'd do it myself if I could, but yeah.
No big deal.
Awesome. Thanks, Arctic.
Cool. The Kuatoas are a little bit confused by all of this, but they throw themselves into knowing that this is what Bloop Doop Bloop 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 would want them to do. $17 hit? Surely it will.
It is. Yeah, it's AC 15. I think I will double check that right now. Yeah, AC 15. So the 17 does it. Although, are they at disadvantage because nets are thrown weapons?
Yeah, but it's these ones at the back that are doing the throwing.
Okay. Does that mean they're at long range? Because it's 15 feet thrown, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 and 15. Yeah, you're right. So it will be disadvantaged. So if I 5, yeah. Alright, the other one throws his also at disadvantage. Potentially the worst rules in the game.
I know. I've wanted to use a net on so many of my PCs, but I don't take it because it's so shit.
Yeah, I think I might kind of change that.
If you'd like to change that now, that's totally fine. Honestly, yeah, it's up to you because I agree they're pretty shit.
Not at this stage, but I think I will. Does a 14 get you?
No, AC 15.
Brilliant. And so a couple of two-handed spears. 1, 2.
The first will do it. So 6 points of damage and a con save. It's fine.
Cool. You don't see any more intellect devourers, which is a good thing, right? Right? Okay. No zombies either? Severin.
I continue being brain dead?
No, I cast.
Oh, it
does
does
say
go. Oh, you cast it. Okay, cool. In that case, I will take the opportunity to use an action to drink a potion of superior healing. For 30 points of healing. Can I do anything with my bonus action? Is Valeria down in there?
And she is about to be devoured because there's no one else for her to attack.
Right. I'll move in here. And I will do a 3rd level healing word on Valeria, assuming I can still see her. For 16 points of healing.
To catch its prey with its staff. It has caught a scorpion.
That'll do. I think I'm large, so I'm not grappled.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. You're absolutely right. It is a man catcher, not a scorpion catcher. Valeria, you were lying prone before this zombie dragon, and with no other targets to attack, you will surely be dead within instants. An instant. Multiple instants? I don't know.
Not if I kill it first.
Kill it first. That's the attitude.
Yeah. I'll take 3 strikes at it. 21, 22, I assume hit.
Yeah, they all do. 21 and 22 rather. They both do.
That's about, yeah. 35, 78. Or, I'm sorry, 58. I don't know where I got 70 from. And I'm done.
Fire is 58. The creature is still intact. Valeria, the tension grows.
Actually, I'll take 3 steps back, but I'll be done after that. You can take an op. Yeah, it doesn't have an op attack. That's right.
I don't think it does anymore. No, you're right. Use it on Aldrich, or rather, Hisoka. Adrastia!
Is that zombie back up again?
Of course, it's back up again.
What, you think zombies just die when you kill them?
Apparently not. Let's see.
After we kill this thing, it's probably gonna get back up 4 more times.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I'm gonna run past it and take the attack of opportunity. It would crit me.
Clotheslines.
Yeah, these attack of opportunities are critting like fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Being a lot more than 5% of the.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll use my bonus action to keep moving into the room. To about here. And then put 2 shots into the dragon. Hey, a crit of my own. For a whopping extra 2 damage.
Its whole structure begins to fall apart, but its heart keeps beating.
I assume the 12 miss did a 3rd attack, but natural 1.
But with the slipperiness of the sweat causes you to briefly fumble with your bolt, which falls onto the floor harmlessly. Bargrim.
Argrim will close the creature and give another flurry of flails.
Flails. Bargrim's fantastic flurry of flails. 2 of those will hit. You have
What a crit damage.
You have destroyed the dragon. Breathe a sigh of relief. But the dragon twitches.
Oh god, here we go.
Opens its eyes, or rather looks through the skull visage of its eyes. Lightning begins to crackle in its chest, and it unleashes a tremendous stream of lightning straight towards its only obvious target. Are you back away? It has
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, no worries. It has less obvious targets now. On a 1, it's Fargrim, and on a 2, it's Zevram / Valeria. Alright. I guess that'll hit Hisoka as well, because of the 5 foot, because it's 5 foot wide. So yeah, it will hit all 3 of these characters with a tremendous unleashing of electricity. And then drags itself forward. Dragon.
Takes the booming blade.
Right, it is again destroyed.
Yeah, destroyed, quote unquote.
Destroyed forever. Hisoka, you've just been hit by another bolt of lightning that was cursed through your veins. This thing's endless.
Do I provoke an attack from the zombie?
Taking it, yeah, on Adrastia.
And is Val dead?
Just unconscious.
Smoking and smouldering.
I'll do cure wounds on her.
Scorpion.
All right. Pretty.
One more thing. Don't you still have spiritual weapon as well, Hisoka?
Yeah.
No, you dropped it before.
I'll just
Right,
move
okay.
it here.
Oh, spiritual weapon, not
Yeah, spiritual weapon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. So Scorpion.
All right, yeah, I'll make use of the multi-attack here. I think before I do though, Arctic, I'm just gonna mention for consistency, the Scorpion's got blind sight to 60 feet. Would that reveal anything to its senses at the moment?
It is an excellent question, and the answer is no.
Cool. All right, then I'll make use of the this multi-attack here. So the claws are going to go for the 2 Kuatoa at the front of me. The first one will be at the topmost one. So 2 claws, 2 8s, excellent. And then the sting, Arctic. You gave the Scorpion reach in the Dales game. Will I benefit from that heal? I'm okay,
Go ahead.
If not, that's fine.
Yeah, 10 foot with the tail, but not with the claws, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Then I'll go for the whip at the back here. I'm just going to bring that stinger right up and just straight for its midsection.
Right. When during today's session is over, when the combat is done, perhaps we can talk about that Scorpion encounter. It was pretty intense.
Oh, you say that again. So it'll be a 13 against the whip.
All right. Without his protection of his magical shield, it will be enough. He will.
So it's a DC 12 con save, or cool. So 8 piercing and 13 poison damage.
21. Ooh, he says. Does anyone have an auto translator? Like a magic helmet or anything like that? You don't, do you?
I do, but I'm not wasting tons on that.
All right. You will never know the depth of its wisdom. Probably swearing.
And I think that's turn. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Quatois. The Quatois use their spears. And they've lost their nets, they've already used them, so they just, the whip is like, get in there! And they're like, come on, man. You got no choice.
They're not going to be able to get through that natural armor with the 12s.
Not today. Right. There are no more intellect devourers anywhere in any plane of existence.
Yes!
Finally.
That's canon. There is a zombie, though. Hooray! Yes, there's the zombie, which is French for blue. Sacre bleu! 14 is about half of what it needs to roll to hit Ahsoka.
I'm gonna use my reaction. Wrath of
Wrath of the Stone!
Hits you with an attack.
I did not hit you, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a good ruling. There. Because it has not hit you.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no worries. Whip, whip. Wood chip.
Oh.
He instead
My
catches a
turn yet?
Kuatoa. Did I skip your turn? Well, but if it's any consolation, I caught a Kuatoa with my go, so that's like...
Was it size?
It's small enough. It's alright. Brilliant.
I'm gonna try and lay into this zombie dragon. Going with my longsword. Actually, I'll bonus action Hexblade's Curse it.
Okay.
And then I'll attack it twice. Does a 20 hit?
Ooh, yes it does.
Okay, I will defensive flourish on that. Where is it? Here we are. For another 3 damage, and my AC will be 25 until next turn.
Surely
17, I
that
assume,
must have
misses?
taken care of it. It will. 17 will miss.
Okay. I'm just going to move around it, try and make sure it's dead, and if it does get up, try and make myself a target.
Alright. Death saving throw, Valeria. Oh no, you got killed? No. Can't remember.
He killed by Ahsoka, correct.
Right.
I'll stand up and take a step forward, and I'll kill Sanj.
What?
That's
Oh.
fair.
Click. There we go.
Well, what's happening? You kind of colding? Okay.
Brilliante.
Sanj is
Draw.
getting the cock.
You've got.
Con save DC 18.
I'm not sure where that came from, but alright.
COC,
Yeah.
cock.
So 39 total?
Right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Alright, so I'm back to Sanj.
1 hit point of damage.
Take a 1 HP, yeah.
Valeria gets up, looks and sees that there's giant scorpions and Kuatoas destroys them all, and the zombie, and it's like, Sanj, I didn't realize it was you.
Guys, the scorpion ate some. Just walk around the corner. Holy shit! What zombies? Giant scorpion.
It's kill them all.
Seems like prime cold of coning area.
Exactly. It would be a sin not to kill the giant scorpion. The Drastia, the combat is surely over.
Move 30 up. 2 at point blank. Oh, well. 1 at point blank. Well, actually 3 because I keep forgetting about my third attack.
Yeah.
Put an extra 26 damage into the zombie dragon.
You break its wings to pieces. Surely nothing could survive that.
I guess we'll see.
Fargrim. The battle it must be over by now.
Certainly, he's gonna run up to the zombie dragon corpse, attack it once with his. If you have, can I attack with my hasted action and then hold my normal action?
Yes. You said I wasn't listening properly. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Yeah, 10 damage, and then he'll hold his action to smack it if it gets up. Oh, he'll have to know
Maybe.
a second.
It's surprising everyone. Everyone is absolutely astounded when it gets back up again. Sacre bleu dragon. Alright, you get your
Held
attack
action to
opportunity.
smack it again.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Oh, you put it back down. Okay.
Stay the fuck down! He's just bashing the corpse with his.
His blue eyes flare like like something from Game of Thrones, and then unflare again. It's okay.
Man, not even once. This is a great quality when we were leading those zombie ogres and shit into battle.
Yeah,
Damn, it's been irritating from this side.
Man, they should have won that war so easily, but the ogre zombies just fucking wouldn't quit.
Yeah, they just had like +10 to their con save.
Any ideas on how to destroy these things, Hisoka? It's said that holy damage is often one of the best ways.
Yeah, what kind of priest though does holy damage?
Huzzah! Huzzah! I don't know. Shazar. Sacre bleu. Surely that is the end. Shall I remove the turns, or do we want to stay in initiative?
I think we're going to regroup, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Sure.
You hear a splashing to the south. Not a large splashing, just like like if you put your two hands in some water and splashed your face. It's a bit like that.
Everyone all right? I've got some potions if you need them, Valeria.
Must say,
My best.
I admire your spell placement, Valeria.
What were you thinking, running into that room against the dragon?
Kill the dragon.
Wait a moment, there was the dragon.
I'll step back a little bit and usher to a spot.
Oh,
Kuatoe?
Yes. While you were playing Animal
Had
Crossing, we
two
were fighting
entirely
dragons.
separate.
Animal Crossing.
now I prefer to think of it as a tactical, cut off the fishmen before they could harass you any further. Right.
Agree,
now,
son. I don't suppose you could create a tactically defensible position here for a moment.
I could do so for 24 hours if you'd like. It'll take me a little while, but I certainly can.
I don't need 24 hours, but I could use a breather. Whatever you
It's a little
prefer.
excessive, but okay. Sorry.
Weird.
Well, depends.
flex,
Would you prefer a small shack? Would you like a mansion? I've got a couple of things at my disposal here.
Whatever's easiest for you.
If it's only a short breather you need, I shall ritual cast Tiny Hut.
I'm not sure what that is, but okay.
Observe.
Let's secure the room at least before we venture forth anymore. And I'll
Yes,
go over
I'll,
here to close the door.
I'll begin work setting up the tent here, and if you want to go and secure the room, I'll finish it up.
Yeah, I'll
See, it does. We enter initiative.
Yeah, I just go to this door and I'm like, oh no, we're not done here.
He did say there was a bubbling coming from there. We should have checked it out.
But you said there weren't any left on this plane of existence.
Liar! Give me a second to roll initiative. I'm reloading the page.
Who's that? It's a weird looking thing.
Oh my god.
Oh right, I can only see like a third of it. I didn't realize what it was.
I just had a look at the turn counter and was like,
I'm just taking forever to load. What the fuck is up with roll 20 right now?
It's not a
Alright,
problem.
Hisoka, you will hear Adrastia say the fight's not over, or something like that.
Roll20 does like maintenance between I think now and 6 p.m. So like in the next 2 hours they usually do it.
Ping us,
Really?
Arctic,
What's that?
can you ping us? Thank you.
Ping
Oh,
us,
oh.
direct us to where we are.
Like that? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, and oh right, I still don't understand. Yeah, Adrastia yells down that there's something down.
I'm gonna hold action Sacred Flame.
Okay. Adrastia.
Alright. First order of business, a shot on that thing.
All right. pretty funny when the beholder is not the priority target.
Yeah, I know. I think they're just that threatening.
And
Alright,
that's
and
the end
then
of that.
I'll move 15 feet in.
Aren't you glad that you moved 15 feet in?
Yeah, that's why I was saving my bonus action so I could just yeet out of there if there were things there that I thought there would be. Well, let's kill another one.
This is a giant fishbowl, by the way, and there is the fish inside the fishbowl that are splashing around.
Poor.
Or Silga.
Yeah, that second shot was on the closest little bastard.
Right.
And then gonna move 15 feet back and then use my bonus action to move another 30 feet. Shout out to the rest of the party. It's a bloody undead beholder. And more intellect devourers too.
One, two, three.
I believe I go after Undress. Arctic.
Say
I
again.
just rolled initiative.
Oh, did you?
I believe
Oh,
I go after Undress because I rolled initiative late because roll 20 is
Yeah.
laggy as fuck.
Absolutely, you'll go.
I hold an action to cast a spell. If I see an enemy come within sight range.
Alright. I will look through its eyes, no pun intended, to try to see what it can see.
Totally intended it, Arctic. It's okay.
I would claim it if I had meant it. Yeah, I really would. Why did I look through Adrastia's eyes instead? Since it's not working. Yep, it can see you. You can see it just by the very edge. That's
Just
going to be
barely,
enough
yeah.
for me. Just barely, right? Okay.
Does it have
So,
have blind sight or something like that?
yeah, good question. Undead sight, yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, chooses a random magical eye ray on a d4.
Zap.
Which one?
Innovation ray.
Oh, my favorite. Okay, con save. It's undead, right? Not an aberration.
Correct.
Alright, I don't get any kind of bonus to it then. Just a straight con save. Alright, nice.
20 points of damage as the necrotic energy weakens you.
Oof.
Zombie Center!
A couple of strands of my white hair fall out.
Yeah, and some of your other hair turns grey. Hello, Dolly.
That comes into my sight. I tell the intellect devourer to go fuck itself.
Alright! Fuck around. Alright, wisdom, I guess, charisma.
Charisma DC 18, yeah. Fucking course. Alright, I'm done. Keep going.
You are done with the slash rage quit.
These things are just hilarious fucking more.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking spot on.
Who does it go for? On a 1, it's Valeria. On a 2, it's Valeria. No, it's Adrastia.
Let me think.
Zebra.
Okay, rushing forward. I will fire a beam.
Okay. A Jim beam.
24 for 14, and another for 6.
That'll do.
That'll do. Okay. And then the last beam towards this.
Relentless they are. They just keep coming, Sanj!
So Sanj has like pulled out his ritual book. He's got all the components out for Tiny Heart, and then all this shit is just broken out. So he like sighs again, looks up. It's Intellect Devourer. I am going to
Finish it.
conjure.
It's just 10 rounds, right?
I'm gonna conjure a salamander. Just fucking drop it in that doorway. Now we have one of those because I've done this before, so I can just. Oh, I can't drag and drop it, but it is in Pets and Effects Arctic.
You can't drag and drop it, alright. Well, I will give you
No,
control,
I
and then you will be able to.
Awesome, thank you.
Woo, there are so many monsters in this campaign now. Fuck me,
Yep.
there must be about 400 or so. Okay. Sally, it's not a female, it's an Italian.
I'm just gonna tell it in Primordial to defend me and my allies. So I think.
Work! Okay,
Okay.
They're so bright.
sorry. There we go. That works.
So put him there, and I think they act on their own initiative.
Sure do.
Let me just. Sorry, I'll roll its initiative, but yeah, that'll be my turn. I'm just gonna move to this kind of center of the room, concentrating on, and that's my turn. And then the initiative for the salamander is as follows. Cool. That's me.
Fine.
Thanks.
Question: if they're low level spells, you can do like a bonus action spell and an action spell in the same turn, right?
Only cantrips.
Cantrips. That's
Yeah, you can do 2 spells if one is a cantrip.
wouldn't that be a cantrip? So I will spend my bonus action casting Expeditious Retreat, which lets me dash this turn.
Expeditious Advance.
Let me Expeditious Charge. Like nobody uses that spell to run away. And me attacks on the Intellect Devour.
Alright.
Die.
Me!
Die. Die. And that'll be on my turn.
Alright. His Super Soaker.
I'll move there. Then I'll do Sacred Flame on the zombie. Behold.
Very good. Oh, agile. I like to think that it shoots its eye rate to block yours, as if it's, you know, a computer game where everyone throws fireballs and they cancel out. Yeah.
Like 2 Hadoukens that collide.
2 Hadoukens. That's what we're talking about.
That's the end of my turn.
Right. Drastia. Must you do everything?
Apparently. Move 15 feet. Start laying into it. Just double check my line of fire. Yeah, I don't care about friendly firing the salamander in case that happens.
I don't think you do.
It's the salamander emits light, doesn't it?
I believe it does.
So I just assume it does for now.
Yeah, it
I'll
doesn't
put-
say anywhere on the stat block that it does, but yeah.
I'll put Hunter's Mark on the beholder and put some shots into it. For a decent amount of damage.
Will hit. How much?
Yes, 52.
52. It, but it seems to ignore the injuries and continues on, even with arrows sticking out of its eyes or bolts sticking out of its eyes.
Alright. Yeah, that's it.
Bell area.
I will continue forward, undeterred by my wounds. I'll cast Eldritch Blast at the salamander in front of me. Oh, ignore that.
And it turns around and
Isn't
says,
it
"Hey,
friendly?
fuck are you, buddy? Hey, I'm on your team."
Blair's got a problem with Sanja's shit.
Oh, is that Sonic? I didn't fucking know.
That's mine. That's okay.
Oh, pfft.
I think
Lol.
all three of
Yeah,
them
you
hit though, right?
All three will hit.
I actually didn't know this time.
Culture, we are no
Holy
woman
shit,
has a
look
rough
at this
face.
giant monster blocking the doorway.
Exactly right.
I'm gonna just move over here in shame. I'm done.
Get her back into the kitchen, a woman.
This Sally the Italian salamander. Oh my goodness.
Salvatore.
Hey,
It's a me, a saddle.
I can say that because I am Italian.
I
Right?
can say that because I'm racist.
Yeah, there you go.
I can say that because I'm Australian, which is like being racist and sexist all at once. Alright, it tries to paralyze the salamander.
The salamander? Sure, DC 14 con save. Bang. It's paralyzed.
Ooh.
Fucking
Sure hasn't mistaken it
Salvatore.
for on its side. Because
I planned that ahead of time. I hit it before it got paralyzed, so I didn't kill it.
I will just leave
I
it.
just want to go back into the plane of elemental fire.
How the fuck did you
Right.
summon us out?
Conjure element.
Conjure. Okay. Yeah, I was not paying attention at all.
I've been hit around the head quite a few times. So,
Salamander's
no
got
problem.
initiative 13, but it's paralyzed, so it'll just make the save, I think.
Yeah, good call.
And the con save fails.
Zevron.
Moving in. Just a second, I wasn't really ready for my turn. Yeah, I guess I'll just Eldritch Blast, if I can, through the salamander into the behold.
Alright, 30, 56. Destructoid.
And then I'll take cover behind you.
Oh, it's fit. No zombie ever came back after it was reduced to 0. Well, Sanj, the battle is won.
Alright, so I've got a paralyzed salamander in the doorway. Coolly
And the battle's
approach.
won, so it doesn't.
Oh, so this thing's hit the deck, has it?
Sure has. It looks like a deflated basketball. Although it's harder for your character to imagine such a thing, since it's not a thing.
Okay. These undead have a tendency to climb on back up, so I will hold a ray of frost, should it do so on its turn.
Very well. Argrim.
Actually, sorry, can you hold the cantrip if you're concentrating on a spell?
It'll break
'Cause it-
concentration if you hold
Okay,
anything.
Alright, sure. In that case, I'm just going to take the dodge action.
Right, it will, sir. Good point.
Yeah.
Argrim.
Argrim will hold a firebolt, playing at the beholder.
Ahsoka.
Just shoot a sacred flame at
Hey.
it.
I mean, I don't want to call it early, but man of the match today goes to the cleric.
Why is nobody attacking this creature?
Oh, please
It's
feel
attacking us.
free
It's just
to.
petrified, glaring at Valeria.
Oh shit! I'll go back towards
Is this one of yours?
Yes, Valeria, that's my elemental. Don't worry. You speak primordial, you might like to apologize to it. Look like it hurt.
I don't apologize.
So it doesn't pose a threat.
No. He'll watch over us for the next hour or so.
Grand. Well, before all of this, Valeria, yeah, take a potion of healing just in case. You can hold on to it or use it as you want.
Just a regular potion healing.
As superior healing. So 8d4 plus 8.
Thank you.
Right, now, are we satisfied that I can now set up this hut, or shall we continue to look around?
It's just not.
If you think it's safe.
Gee, I feel like we could do with a small moment to catch our breath. So, again, Arctic, I will begin to ritual cast.
So what's the situation with this fish bowl?
Has turned poor Silgar undead.
I'm gonna take the fish.
You're gonna take the fishes.
This is our new pet. Undead Silgar. Think about it, we don't have to. He's the perfect
He's
adventurer
right.
pet.
Argue with that logic.
Yeah. Opens his backpack and puts the pin in. I'm marking that on my inventory.
Alright.
Arctic, to ritual cast Tiny Hut, I will dismiss my salamander and begin casting it.
Alright. There's some pretty cool stuff at the bottom of the fish tank. It Sanathana went to great trouble to make sure that Silgar felt at home. You know, little dive and all that sort of stuff.
I thought it was like one of those like round fish bowls.
It is. That's exactly what it is, but it's a really big one. And you know how like you tend to put like divers and sand and like plants and shit. He done the same thing for this one on a monumental scale. It's like a little adventure where Silgar can go on quests to. There's a little treasure chest and everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Alright. Enjoy your unlife.
Posey seems happy, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Diver and sand and treasure chest and plants. So practically a little ecosystem in there.
Can't help but wonder if there's anything actually in the treasure chest.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Invest. And I don't know if I want that on my conscience.
Hello?
All right. So I think a short rest is the go.
Seems like it.
Yes. I need to make up for my complete lack of tactical choices this session.
Don't worry about it, Valeria. We can't all be as smart as I.
That was not in character.
I know. No.
The benefits of a short rest, Arctic.
The short rest is not disturbed, although you do occasionally hear bestial sounds coming from the west. And splashing from the south.
So, 11 HP. I've used 2 hit dice. And I will make use of this as well. We're level 14, right? So 7. Oh, that's... Fuck, that's really good.
Sanj,
Mhm.
you mentioned earlier teleportation magic down here is a bit finicky.
Yes, it
what
is.
is the exact details on that?
As I understand it, teleportation within the dungeon itself is fine, but going from within to the outside and from the outside to within is nigh impossible. If it's not impossible, it's very dangerous.
That includes teleportation across the plains or shifting across the plains?
I admit I've not been game enough to try. I would like to think that it would cover all aspects of the teleportation, yes. I think trying to get to a different plane of existence from here might be a bit difficult. But that's merely speculation. I have nothing to base that on.
Do you have any idea if plane shift and like teleportation magic are, I don't know. I don't want to say identical, but similar, or are they like completely different things? Arctic?
Just slightly distracted. Teleportation and what similar?
Plane shift? Like the teleport spell or teleportation circle versus plane shift?
Oh.
Is that the same thing? Like, magically, and like, is it in the same? I don't want to say school because, like, not actually like conjuration or abjuration, but like, realm of
Like
magic.
suffer the same, they suffer the same penalties and stuff like that.
Limitations, yeah.
Limitations. Yeah, that's the short answer would be yes, but it might be a little bit more complex than that.
I can answer that for you, Valeria. When we initially came down here when we killed the Sanathana, we encountered Nihalor, and he escaped through some sort of teleportation magic. We tried to sense him on the same plane of existence, but we couldn't, so we assumed that he had gone elsewhere. Now, whether that was just for him, I can't be sure, but that's what we saw.
Good to know.
going to leave if things get a bit hairy, are you?
No, I was considering using such magic on another creature, should the need arise. Or on the group as a whole, if that would be necessary. As much as I would like to think otherwise, you are too useful to discard out of lack of courage.
Well, good to know that we are of some use. Useful enough to keep around.
More than I of late.
To the matter at hand,
Shall we
we have options. Yes.
Very good.
Well, we could proceed. I'm at a bit of a loss as to what to do here. We can try to pursue the illithid threat. I think making our way to their experimentation chambers to the east of here might be the way to do that. Alternatively, we can search for the dwarf closer up to the arena. Otherwise, I think our next move might be to head deeper into Undermountain and make our way to this Chittle place. At the very least, we need Nihalor's head, but if he falls, another rises, I assume. The entire machine must be dismantled.
What about Kevier?
I suspect he will not be far. That said, I do not know where to begin to look. I haven't the means to divine his location at the moment either.
I've already tried. It didn't work. Regardless.
Well, let's clear out the place, make sure he's not here, and perhaps we can find some clues as to where he's.
Must we seek out the dwarf? We have another here, is just as competent.
Drastia. Keviak's been with us through thick and thin. I'm sure Fargrim, as his brother, wants to find him as well.
Yeah, listen, Drow, we're getting my brother.
I think in spite of your differences, you must admit the fellow was quite charismatic, no? I chuckle as I walk past the Drastia.
I wouldn't say that.
Right, so I think perhaps we give this place a good looping. Loop it once over, check these side chambers, and then make our way to that experimentation side.
You hear a scratching come from these sort of double doors to the south. The double doors are made of wood. They look like they are recent addition, brand new. There is it is not silent behind this door, but what noise that there is quite quiet. Maybe like a dragging rope or something like that. So yeah, softly dragging rope. Whereas down here, the doors, something is scratching at the door from the other side.
So these doors are quite recent, Arctic.
Yeah, brand new. Like no more than a month or two old.
Oh, okay, right. That's okay then. That's fine.
I give Fargrim a bit of a look, nod to him, look at the door.
Nods. Backs himself with the protection from good and evil, and then nods again.
I'll count down with my fingers. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Then kick. Go.
Oh God, no!
What the hell are they?
What a fuck with.
Oh,
Fargrim's worst enemy.
God! No! No! No!
this is sadistic.
You bastard! Close the doors! Close the doors!
They wonder they use brand new wooden doors, right?
I like that you. Yeah, it couldn't have been a metal door, could it?
Good enough.
We should have realized when the hinges were made out of wood as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Solid wood plank.
You know what? You know what? It's okay. We got this.
Oh man.
Did you end up saving that 60-foot cone from when we were inside the prison Arctic? I don't see it on the effects.
No, I didn't, but I'm sure I've got one. So I'll import it now once and for all.
Sure.
It's probably quicker to import it than make it up because measuring it out can be a hassle. Just gotta remember where it is. I think it's probably going to be in. I said Forgotten Realms. I think. Should make up a template. Should make up a game just for templates so that I can find it so much easier.
I have a few I can give you if you open character importation to any of your games that I'm in.
Yeah, I think character importation's open on this one. I think it's open on most of them.
Sure.
But I'm just saying this might be a bit premature.
Yeah. Yes, correct. I have sidetracked us. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is less than 60 foot. No, it's not enough.
It was just a thought that came to my mind.
Good call. I'll keep trying to do it while we wait. It's not in that one. In the next one. Shit. It'll be in. Yeah,
I just exported one. It's at the bottom. Oh, fuck! It's big on this map.
yeah,
Anyway,
cool. So you
As
can
I
just
like
use.
Thunder Mountain, the size gets wacky down here. I don't know. For Roll20, they've made it 0.5 grid size most of the time.
Yeah, it's imperfect, isn't it? It really is imperfect. Alright. I'll keep searching for it. Adrastia. Or at the start, I imagine.
Where is it, Trusty? I can't see her.
Behind me.
Oh,
Behind
okay, yeah.
Let's move here. Yeah. Let's see if I've still got some of these. I think I have at least one or two of them.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I've got two left. I'm gonna load and fire one of the fire bolts that Sanj made for me ages ago.
But you're not a wizard.
Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire!
Oh, you hung on to those the whole time? That's sweet.
Yeah. So I just have to find the fireball token majigger. Wherever that might be.
Had we lowered the
Just-
DC for these? I can't remember.
Not gonna lie, we could totally just close the doors again.
We probably
We
could.
I just love that it
We
was
just
just 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, doors open. 3, 2, 1, doors close.
What if
Yeah.
this?
Just open up, nope, close them again.
Yeah.
What if all the magical items are in the next room?
Yeah, I can't quite find the 20-foot radius thingamajig, but I think I can hit that
It's-
whole room with that hit, buddy.
It's like a
It's
dot
in
thing.
pets and effects, just
20
under
foot
our
radius. Yellow dot.
Oh, there it is, thank you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, something like that. Back a little bit more. So that'd be a third level fireball, which is how many d6?
8.
Hey,
They're set up as a macro. Boom.
Okay, cool. I'll give them some rolls.
Yeah, what would the DC be? I guess it would be Sanj's DC when he made them, right?
Yeah, I think we have discussed this before. I can't remember if we lowered the DC for the bolts, but I'm not sure.
From memory, I
15.
believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, because around there, 14, 15, something like that.
Cool.
That's usually the base magic item DC as well for high level stuff. 15.
4 of them
Only three.
survive. 4? 3 or 4?
1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 4 failed.
Fulgrim.
You know what? Kill with fire seems like a very good tactic.
They are taken care of.
We just open the double doors, see rust monsters inside, scream, and start fireballing the room into oblivion.
You know your players have had enough when they just start using their highest roll spell.
Fuck
sure.
this noise, fireball.
Right.
Is that all of them?
It's the charred corpses of little insectoid-looking things. Yeah, I think that's all.
What kind of madman keeps those things in a room?
Yeah. Who has a room full of rust monsters? Who does?
Well, let's check
Yeah.
the other door.
Well, I guess, yeah, Farm will poke his head inside to see if there was any fathomable reason they were all in.
They were appear to have been breeding them. There are like hundreds of rust monster eggs. It looks like they were breeding them to presumably to unleash on Waterdeep at some stage.
Yeah, Farm starts fucking up those eggs.
We just reenacted that scene from Aliens 2 with the flamethrower.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like players hate these monsters even more than Intellect Devourers.
Is there any evidence
Yeah.
of a secret passageway in this room, Arctic? I know that Undermountain, and particularly the old lair of a criminal organization, will likely have secret passages, hallways, alcoves, things like that.
Investigation roll. If there's anything specific, like if you specify where or what, like I'm lifting up tiles, blah blah blah, then you'll get advantage. Otherwise, it's just an ordinary.
Yeah, I'll insist
I'll-
in investigation. So you'll get an advantage.
It's a 24 total.
I'll also give you guidance, so plus.
Needs to be before the roll. Being pedantic.
No, after.
Okay.
So you get plus D4.
That brings me to a 27.
All right. You find nothing.
Okay. Well, we should get rid of all these eggs and then move on.
Yeah, let's see what fresh hell awaits us behind door number 2.
Or shall we wait for next week?
Yeah, what
That's
do
probably
we
a
want to
good
bet?
call, yeah.
Liches?
Demi
That's too weak.
Beholders?
The Red Rage of Minton is behind this door.
Like